Hello, happy Monday. I almost forgot what day it was already. Welcome in. We're doing all signs who's coming towards you right now this week. This can be past, present, a new person. I'm saying that again because I guess a lot of people, some people don't realize that it's whoever I pull through, whoever's coming through to you. But I also do Aries through Pisces for each zodiac sign, so that if whoever's coming towards you doesn't seem to be someone that you recognize, resonate with, or want, I do Aries through Pisces so that you can focus on somebody who's on your mind, or there's always potential. Always, I will see if it says new, it'll show me if somebody's new is coming your way, or if you're dealing with somebody new. So I try to give a bit for everybody, so there's always something for you to get from these readings. Hello, Gigi, Angel, and Romy, what's up? So keep that in mind. These readings are for everybody. I've fine-tuned them over 6 years to be able to reach. If you're just skimming them or only wanting one thing or expecting something, it's going to be hard to be open to hearing what I'm actually saying in the readings. There's always, they always can be new, right? That somebody's coming towards you. Now, if they're dealing with something that's stopping them from being around you or coming towards you, and that's the card I pull. That's the card I pull. But I hope you guys had a great weekend. Hello, Carissa, Christina. Did I miss a Christina? Yes, hello. All right, and Bernadette, what's up? All right, so I am going to start Aries at 2:22. I am doing super chats at the end of Pisces. Mondays are a little bit longer reads, so get your question in if you want one. I'm slowly kind of drifting from doing the super chats, so I may only stay on for so long, or you can join the membership and get questions answered over there. Aries. Let's take a look at who's coming towards you right now. This could be past, present, or new person coming your way, plus Aries through Pisces. At the end, if you do have somebody on your mind, I'll take a look at what to expect this week. All right, Aries, I see a King of Wands here already, the undertone this week. So it looks like you getting what you want this week. Could be a surprise. Be like, damn, I didn't see that one coming, right? So you're really in your power this week. That's been coming through for you. A lot of good energy for you, something you've been thinking about. You've really focusing on somebody. Somebody could have their eyes on you. I do see Aries, Leo, Sag, another energy. You both seem to be in alignment with one another. I do see a King of Cups underneath here too as well. So some of you have options. And I do see the Ace of Cups. So we are seeing possibility new love this week. This can be a new somebody you meet through somebody, or somebody that catches your eye. I have Scorpio, Leo, but Cancer and Pisces as well here too. This can be a reconciliation for some of you with the Ace of Cups this week too. It's just the undertone. It's the energy of the week. So it's a good week to get something started. It's something off your chest. Tell somebody how you feel. Very emotional week. Somebody could be trying to light something up with you again. Hey, I want to talk to you. Maybe we didn't give something a shot. Maybe we can try. Maybe the situation's different this week where we can finally meet up or connect. But we're seeing here definitely new love. And some of you may have choices. You may meet a couple different people, or you're talking to a couple different people. So let's see, right? We've got, look at this, the Two of Swords. So I am seeing a choice this week being made. Somebody may be choosing which direction they want to go in this week. This is the energy of who's coming towards you. Now, I'm still seeing two. So I do feel like Aries, that's big for some of you. Maybe somebody finally making a choice between work and relationships. Maybe they're ready to start a relationship. They've been on the fence for quite some time. And again, I see two kings there. So it could be somebody that has a lot going on in their life, and they're knowing that they're reaching a point where they finally want to step forward and say something. So what's pulling them towards you? I see the Temperance card, right? The right time and right place. It just seems like you might be in the right place, the right time this week. There's something about your energy of being chill is very magnetic. Um, you know, you just kind of act like you're good or you're okay, things are fine. You seem to be doing your thing. But really, it just feels ultimately like the timing is just right for you this week. Like somebody may just, maybe they're feeling like if they wait any longer, they're running out of time. This is the perfect time. And you know, and for some of you, maybe you've been being patient enough with this person and they realize I can't keep letting Aries, you know, hang on. I need to make my move. So we are feeling like they also look at you as somebody that gets them, resonates with them, and very attracted to you. So you both might have similar visions of what you want for the future, and that's what's drawing them to you. They just see you seem like somebody that, you know, can has it together, right? Seems to be having it together. Now, if you've pulled your energy back and you've created some sort of boundaries because somebody does have to make a choice between situations or time or relationship, whatever it is, the more you're kind of acting chill and being yourself and doing your thing, this person's having a hard time reading you. And this could also be what's pulling them towards you to make a decision and to say something to you. They already know what they want. I got Sagittarius energy here. So what is stopping them, if there is anything, a block? Right? They're just silence, right? Really just kind of facing what they want to say, kind of waiting for the right moment. That's all I'm getting here with the blog. Maybe there's been a little bit of quiet silence. Sometimes they get a little bit nervous if they haven't said anything or they missed the mark, they missed the text, they didn't respond to you quick enough. You know, maybe they're just, what's blocking is if I waited too long. And to me, it just feels like laziness, like somebody here just like, you know, I'll get to it later. You know, so a very chill energy between the both of you. It seems like maybe both of you are trying to act cool about a situation and neither of you want to seem like you are desperate or what's the word, to, you know, to I don't know. I'm not cool. I can't think of the word. But to me, it feels like two people that really like each other, but neither one wants to make the move, and you both are acting kind of chill about it. So let's see you, what you're not seeing. And I see the Page of Wands. All right. You must be giving off a great vibe. Eager. Maybe eager is the word. Too eager. So Aries, you have an awesome vibe about you right now. There's something that's very playful, very youthful, very young, very attractive. And maybe you're just giving off a little bit more of a flirty energy, or you've been flirting with somebody. I'm also seeing maybe you need to flirt a little bit more. But maybe you're afraid of seeming like you need anybody, or you're just wanting to kind of be nonchalant about things, right? And somebody might be having a hard time reading you, but I can see that somebody definitely is seeing you. So you're very magnetic this week. So flirting and doing your thing, and maybe it could even be you, you know, flirting a little bit more. Maybe you're even the one reaching out or connecting with somebody too. So don't be afraid to be the one to initiate this week, but don't be the one, obviously, that is chasing. It just feels like two people are kind of waiting for the other one to make the move, is what I'm getting for you. So what's actually happening this week? I see the Five of Pentacles. It feels like both of you are facing your fear of being rejected from the other one, or somebody is feeling that they're afraid to be rejected by you. I don't know what the case is, but this week it looks like there is some change to this distance that you may have with somebody. And I'm seeing the Queen of Swords here. So it looks like somebody here is going to open communication with you this week, and they're feeling pulled to let you know how they feel, or to at least take a chance. All right. If somebody does take a chance with you this week, just know that they're definitely hiding behind fears of being rejected with you. So what should you do right now with this? I'm seeing the Five of Wands. All right. Release the need to force something this week. Release the need to force something, or if you're feeling stressed, or if you're focusing on things being, there's some weird tension between you and another person, and you tend to think that it's there's a problem. There's not a problem here. It seems like the tension you're feeling between somebody is the fact that they actually want you. So your reading is pretty straightforward. All right. So not fighting things, not forcing things, not getting aggravated by something. And I am seeing just playfully flirt with somebody this week. If there was any honest advice I could give you right now, it seems like somebody does want to playfully flirt with you, or they like when you're playing around with them. So take it for what it is. All right, let's see. Strong fire sign. So let's look. Who's coming towards you, Aries through Pisces? Let's see the energy that they're in. You can either focus on the person that's on your mind, or this could be a new person. Remember, you do have a lot of energy around you this week of a couple different people. You may have competition. Ooh, there was a weird card here. Look at this. This card was in this deck and it doesn't belong in this deck. And it's the Lover's card. So you have a choice. All right. So I see a love situation starting. All right. Aries through Pisces. All right, you got days, 15 days, 15, days to weeks if you've been dealing with this. Maybe this is the time we're already seeing. Now's the time. Somebody's finally going to be clear this week about their intentions. Aries, you have the Tower card with an Aries. Unexpected change this week that is going to affect your relationship or your relationship status. All right, so this could be the week where somebody's finally making that move, right? Or you're finally rebuilding something with another Aries, but we are seeing some major change this week. Taurus is falling for you. It does look like you got them hooked. If they've been holding back, this also could be the eager thing. I don't want to seem too eager, but you do have a Taurus around you, and it could be a new Taurus that's fallen for you. Gemini, I'm seeing a decision made this week, finally. All right. So you can finally make peace with a situation with a Gemini. It's like we're either in this or we're not, and we'll know, and you'll know their truth. Cancer, threes of crowds. So right now there could be a third-party situation that's trying to find its way out. If there is a problem you're having with the Cancer, just know that it's going to be noted this week, and it could become a problem this week. It could be more of a problem, but it feels like it's aggravating both of you, whatever this third party is. Leo. All right. So maybe you're disappointed or you're feeling uncertain about a Leo. And I just feel like a Leo is not being 100% authentic with you. There's more feelings. You might need more time for this one, but you know your truth and you know where you stand with this. They are maybe trying to hide behind their true feelings or their choices and not ready to open up just yet. Virgo, I see you guys were meant to meet. You guys are on each other's path. This could be the right time where finally they're waking up to the connection, or they're seeing you. And it looks like clear communication with this sun energy, finally some clarity on where this relationship might go. Libra, pay attention to somebody being fake and illusions, or you're lying to yourself about a Libra. Or they could be lying to themselves about the situation. They're just not being 100% authentic. You can't hide from these cards. There are just some people that don't know how to be real. All right, and that's what I'm getting. Scorpio, some things take time. All right, it's a slow build, but it could pick up pace before you know it. So right now, it's just slowing down and just realizing that you might be in a situation with a Scorpio that, whether it's distance, whether it's another situation, or we're just getting to know each other again, or we're just reconciling. Just remember, some things do take time. Sagittarius is obsessed. They can't let go of you. They're still holding on to you. And, to me, this could be both of you kind of feeling the same way. You guys, they've got a special connection there with a Sagittarius. Capricorn, All right, I'm seeing not yet. Things are still working itself out. Give it a little bit more time with a Capricorn. Aquarius. Emotions running high this week with an Aquarius, so you might get the truth during an emotional conversation, or finally realizing what needs to happen or what needs to change when it comes to a situation with an Aquarius. And Pisces is missing you. You may get that apology, or they just feel bad that things didn't turn out the way that they expected. All right, is what I have for you, Aries. Hello, Miss McQueen. All right, we are moving on to my Tauruses. Still in Taurus season. Let's see, 16. All right, Taurus. Who's coming towards you right now, this week? Past, present, new. Plus Aries through Pisces. If there's somebody specific on your mind, or if new, I'll pull a card for each zodiac. Hello, Dory. All right, Taurus. I'm going to do 4 cuts for you. All right, work. Let's work it. All right, so 8 of Pentacles. The undertone, all right, it can tell me a lot. If somebody really has got, you on their mind, right? Even if they're dilly-dallying around, or, super focused on other things in their life right now, just trying to maintain, but it seems like you're lighting up somebody's mind. They've got you on their mind, even if they seem like they're avoiding you for some reason. Depending on your situation, this is just the undertone this week. It's like, I know we can make it work. There's something here. Maybe a person's distracted, and it could be health, job. They just started a new job. You did. And I got the 4 of Pentacles. So it does feel like somebody here is trying to get their shit together. That's for sure. So let's see who they actually are, who's coming in. I see the Hanged Man. All right. So you might be feeling like your person has pulled away a little bit, or is just kind of quiet, and you don't feel like you understand what's going on with them. Right, just like they're just kind of hanging there, what's going on, but there's more movement happening behind the scenes than you realize. Feels like your person may have gotten themselves stuck in a situation, or even, I just got stuck on you too. I mean, you're obviously a part of the equation here, and they're just a little bit silent, and it feels like your person's, kind of got themselves in over their head. They're upside down here, trying to figure out what the hell they're supposed to do, or trying to fix what's going on. But maybe they don't want you to know that they're kind of, got themselves in a situation that they don't know how to get out of, or they're trying to figure out. Could be financial, right? And it's just one of these things where, sometimes I hear some of you say, well, you can just tell me, but that's not true, because I know so many people, you can tell them what's going on in your life, and they just, oh, okay. And then they go on about their business, and they don't realize that, somebody really is having a hard time, right? So your person here does seem like they may have pulled themselves back a little bit, because there's a lot going on that's changing in their life. And to me, it feels good, because they're ready to let go of something that's been weighing them down, and they're trying to change. They're trying to fix something. And maybe many of you really wanted to hear that they're trying to change or fix something. All right, so what's pulling them towards you? The 3 of Swords, right? Maybe the thought of that they are kind of being quiet from you, or they have kind of separated a little bit from you, or distanced themselves from you, and they know it's weighing on you. It's weighing on them as well too. All right. You know, it triggers them whenever they feel like they are creating space with you. It triggers them if they feel like they, you know, might hurt you or disappoint you. And that's what I'm seeing here. I feel like somebody's trying to get their shit together for you, but they're trying to hold it together for you, but they don't want you to be disappointed in them if they fall or if they can't make it work. And I forgot to put the Taurus here. Happy birthday, Taurus. I'm sorry. I forgot to put and also somebody missing you, somebody still stuck on you. If this is the case, if it's somebody from your past or even a present person that you guys have slowly kind of drifted, right? I'm seeing here that somebody is still stuck on you, Taurus. They're not letting go. And, you know, and that's the thing with the Three of Swords, them drawn to you, is that maybe the thought of losing you, it hurts more than they imagined. All right. So what's stopping them right now from moving forward? They're just waiting for the right moment, the right day, the right clarity. They want to give you positive news. They want to tell you something good. They want, you know, they want it to be a good experience with you. Maybe even maybe it's waiting for Sunday, right? And it's somebody that just wants to, you know, be able to be 100% with you. Maybe they're waiting for the rain to clear up, you know. But the block is that your person's very much maybe in a depression or a negative mindset, and they don't want you to see this. Maybe they don't want you to see how unhappy they are. You know, if this is a case where they're trying to hide it from you, you know, you walked on from them. Maybe that's a case for some of you. This person doesn't want you to know how much it's hurting them. All right. So let's see you so I can get the full picture, what you're not seeing. The Knight of Pentacles. All right. Whatever's happening seems like it's necessary for you. It seems like you're doing your thing. You're trying to just kind of maintain and work through the day, get your daily grind on. And it seems like you've made a lot of improvements in yourself as well, too. And so if this is somebody that you've walked kind of given somebody space, or you kind of decided to let go of somebody a little bit, it's actually helping you more. All right. It seems like you're starting to know your worth, or you're stepping up and you're just really trying to figure things out, you know. And if this is a situation where you don't even realize, because this is a possibility of somebody who's got it in for you, somebody who wants to get to know you. This is somebody could be falling for you as well, but you're doing your thing and you might not even realize. It could be a friend, somebody that's around you that is being quiet about how they really feel. So you could have somebody confess to you this week that maybe, or they might just be around you more, trying to show up in your day-to-day, trying to do things more for you because they really want you to see them. And so this is going to go in all kind of weird, different directions this week, if it's new or present or a past person who wants to be around you. But I will say clearly that somebody either has fallen for you or has not let go of you, all right, and is still hanging on there. So what's actually happening this week? I'm seeing the Seven of Cups. Let me pull one more here. The World card. So if there's been some sort of uncertainty between you and another person, you're getting the clarity this week. All right. It feels like things are finally moving for you. All right. Somebody may finally realize that, you know, it's not making me happy not saying something to you. It's not making me happy not being around you. And it's definitely not making me happy not letting you know how I feel. All right. So I see somebody here who's been wanting to reach out to you, finally reaching out to you this week. And it looks like you're coming out the winner this week. All right. So what should you do? Ace of Cups. It's up to you. All right. We're seeing a new love potential, a new start with love this week. It's up to you whether you're ready for it, if you're open to it, opening up your heart. It looks like somebody here confessing their feelings. And you have a new beginning here with the same also. The choice is you have ultimate choice. All right. It looks like somebody here is wanting to bring something to you. You're not going to have to chase to somebody else. All right. So let's look at Aries through Pisces and see for each zodiac sign. So Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Pisces and a Leo is really showing up for you. You also have a Virgo here as well, too. All right, now this part doesn't have to have anything to do with this part, but if you didn't vibe with that, let's see Aries through Pisces. Think of the person that's on your mind. And this also can be, you can see possibility of new love coming in. Aries, right? Aries is still healing. Give it a couple more days. This is like a Four Swords energy. It's like if they're a little bit quiet, you can see here somebody here that's trying to really figure out what they really need. And so a little bit of space with Aries, but it's only temporary. Taurus, you have chemistry showing up for you. So there's a spark this week. There's somebody being drawn to you. And, you know, whether it doesn't matter, another Taurus, I'm seeing the chemistry between the two of you is strong this week. Gemini, you may get a letter from a Gemini feeling bad, feeling missing you, guilty a little bit of the way things turned out, but or they could just be letting you know that there's something on their mind that they haven't been feeling too hot about lately. All right, so I am seeing a letter or text from a Gemini. You know, Cancer stepping up. Cancer wants this. You may get more initiative. It could even be a new Cancer popping into your life this week. Leo all about getting attention, Leo initiating, and Leo wanting to make things happen fast, right? So some passion here with you and a Leo. And Virgo, right? I'm seeing maybe they're going to be the ones chasing you this week, right? Don't be the chaser. If you are the chaser with the Virgo, you know, you got to let go of that attachment. If you want to see the truth, you know, you got to stop chasing. That's the truth. Once you stop chasing, you get the truth of whether or not they even ever cared, or now if they're going to come back and come after you, then you know they did. Libra, some things take time with a Libra, right? So it is growing between the two of you. It may start off slow, but we are seeing here that you guys are starting to build something. Scorpio needs to make a choice, or you need to make a choice. Is this happy? Are they happy? You know, Scorpio might be going through a moment where, you know, they're needing to make healthier choices in their life. And that could be why they're hanging there. Maybe they are trying to let go of some bad habits so that they can be in a healthier relationship. Sagittarius, all right, I'm seeing a moment of truth this week, all right? You know, finally opening up and realizing, or, you know, where this connection could go. Capricorn, could be some blocks this week, obstacles, but it's just an obstacle. It doesn't mean that it's the outcome, but you may find yourself confronting a major block this week with a Capricorn. Aquarius, I see silence with an Aquarius. I'm seeing blocked, still kind of stuck in the darkness here with an Aquarius. Maybe they need more time to think and be with themselves. And Pisces, I'm seeing true love with a Pisces, a soulmate possibly coming in with a Pisces. Hello, Steph. I know these are cute cards. I had to use them for personal, so I decided to use them again for the main reading. All right, Gemini. All right, Gemini, who is coming towards you? Let me get a good shuffle. All right, Gemini, who's coming towards you right now? Past, present, new, doesn't matter. I'll also do Aries through Pisces for you. So if you have somebody on your mind. All right, 9 of Wands, the bottom of the deck. All right, finally got to figure something out here. You know what I mean? Can't keep on going this route. All right. It's just like we're exhausting this situation, this story. We're exhausting it. All right, finally. I mean, how many more things are going to get in the way before we can finally take this and go? All right, so I can see some tiredness. You know, and it's an undertone, which also means that we could be, you know, be trying to get something to move for a while. And or there's always somebody or something that's always getting in the way type of energy. All right. So your person, I see the devil energy showing up for your person. So you've got somebody here who's got some desire. You know, you have a Capricorn energy. You know, so right now there's no doubt that there's lust or there's definitely intensity between you and this person. And that could be where things get tiresome, though. Sometimes it gets so it gets fun for a while, the intensity with this relationship, or the sexual nature of this relationship, or the fact that you both kind of desire each other and you guys are both tempted by each other or want each other. But after a while, it's like, well, this is burning itself out. You know, I want something real. Or I want to lock in on something. And, you know, I want to know you're going to stay. I don't want to, you know, you get addicted to these kind of relationships. You get addicted to the wanting and the desire. And so when things are boring or things aren't getting exciting, we can cause some drama just to make it exciting again, right? So you guys may be caught in a pattern here. Think about that, where it's like, you know, it just seems like every now and then something's got to happen to get things spiced back up. Let's see what draws them towards you. The night, some regret. Ooh, look at that. What draws them towards you? Maybe they're starting to realize, you know, what this is doing to both of you. You know, there's a lot of fear here with your person. On one hand, they love the attack, they love the drama between the two of you, or they love the connection. You know, it's hard not to with that devil there. It's like, ooh, I want this, you know. But at the same time, it's not, it doesn't bring a sense of peace when they feel like they could be hurting you, or, you know, maybe it's starting to bother them that it just feels like things may have gotten out of hand or things are getting out of hand. Right. So there is sort of some worry about something that's gone down between the two of you, or the way you're thinking about them. Let's see what's blocking them. The 7 of Wands. Somebody is afraid to let down and let their guards down. But a lot of boundaries here. It's like somebody wants this bad, wants you bad, has a strong attachment to you, and it's starting to weigh on them, the fact that they keep everybody distant from them. They keep everybody at bay. You know, it's not easy for this person to let down their guards. And you seem to be somebody that they recognize you. You're somebody here that they maybe don't like, that they're doing the same thing to you that they may have done to somebody else. They keep everybody at bay. I'm going to tell you something, though. The 9 of Wands tells me your person here is reaching a point where they can't keep doing the same behavior. It's like it's weighing on them. They have bad habits, or, you know, maybe they do flirt and they get people, you know, to like on them, or they have these sexual connections, or your sexual connection. And maybe they thought that this would be a temporary thing, but they're starting to want something more stable, more grounded in their life. So if I'm going to do this in 2 different ways. If you guys slept together, or they've been having their eye on you and you guys have this intense connection, they may have been hoping that the intensity kind of died out and the relationship was short-lived, but now it feels like you're somebody that they wish they hadn't done this to, and this could be somebody new that you're dealing with right now, guys. All right, so keep that in mind, that it could be somebody that's all about you, the lust and the desire, but there may be some regret that, you know, they know that they, you know, they push people away, they keep people at bay. The good news is, though, is that this person, if this is somebody, you might be changing somebody, because the guilt is weighing on them so much that somebody here, maybe they do stupid shit, or they act stupid when they have some addiction, whatever, right? But they're realizing maybe they've gone too far, and now it's starting to affect them. All right, so let's see you in this. Look at this Two of Cups. You've just done something to somebody. You give off a very loving energy. You must give this person more credit than they think they deserve. Or this person really loved you, Gemini. Maybe this is you. I don't know. It could be reversed. But it seems like this person here sees you as somebody that they're in love with. Somebody who's very grounded, very loving, very emotional. And there's something about what you bring to the table that this person just can't get their eyes off you. So you guys recognize each other, and maybe you're softening this person up. All right, is what I'm seeing, because this connection is real, and it seems to be a beginning of a friendship relationship, and it may take time. So I could be picking up on this, you know, person that might sabotage, or might have some guilt from the way they showed up in the past. But it feels like this person is starting to realize that they need to ground themselves, and maybe they are gonna, you know, step up and explain themselves, right, and let down their walls for you, or one wall's coming down, that's for sure. So what's happening this week? I'm seeing the Chariot card. Wow, where there's a will, there's a way for some of you. Where there's a will, there's a way. It looks like somebody might be going through something where they want to leave a behavior behind, where they want to move on from a situation, or the situation they've been putting themselves in, or keeping you blocked. It looks like somebody here wants to push through this week, and this week you're going to see a lot of crazy movement when it comes to somebody being drawn to you, maybe to talk to you, maybe to connect to you. Maybe they'll show up different for you this week, where it just feels like I'm hearing them speak to me different. A conversation they've been avoiding, they're finally ready to express themselves, and I feel like you're gonna know it in your heart that this person really does mean well. All right, I feel like your person doesn't think they were you know, that this, you know, that they deserve you in a way. I don't know. Or maybe both of you have gone through something together, and you just feel like maybe we're both tired from the games, or we're tired from a situation that just kept going on and on and on, and we're ready for something more grounded and real. I see a Cancer energy, a Capricorn energy, and I just feel like somebody coming home or returning, or you guys both kind of coming back to this place where maybe you have met your match, Gemini. Maybe this is somebody that is just you're challenging somebody. What should you do? I see the Wheel of Fortune. Really, there's something changing here this week for you, and I'm seeing take your chances. And you know, it's like there seems to be a karmic pattern with somebody that is ending, but you have to you know, obviously trust your spirit, trust your whole, you know, yourself, right? And it's like you'll know this Chariot card because your heart and your soul will just feel it if this is for you. All right, you guys will just be, there'll be a huge movement and some situation resolving itself that, you know, could really start to move fast. You get past that that stalemate that you may have been having, or the pause that you may have been dealing with. It looks like you're finally getting past that. All right, well, that's what I got for you. I got the Strength card. It's like somebody breaking down this week. Leo energy, Cancer, Taurus, Aquarius, Capricorn. Let's look at Aries through Pisces, though. These are very interesting reads. I don't know. I just go and I let it come out. I just go and go and go. take what resonates, guys. Don't always try and make the whole thing fit. But that is very kind of, I wanted to go into a very strong spiritual direction with that, but it would have went into a 40-minute read. Aries through Pisces. I can get deep, I'm telling you. I definitely can. Think about the sign that's on your mind. Let's see any movement. This might not have anything to do with this reading here. I am seeing it's about to pay off, though. So that gives you the kind of 9 of Wands energy, too. And that says, you know, we've been working really hard towards something, or somebody's working and it's about to pay off. So let's see, Aries. You and Aries could be each other's one, all right? Could be forming a relationship or a relationship beginning this week between you and an Aries. Taurus, also magic and manifestation for a Taurus energy. This is perfect energy for this new moon we just went through. And it looks like you're making something happen between you and a Taurus. It could even be a new Taurus coming into your life. Gemini, look at this soul mission. You see, this is where your reading was going. It's purpose, path, awakening. Your reading wanted to pull me there. So there's some strong pull. You may be pulling somebody out of the darkness this week, you know, or somebody's pulling you out of the darkness. It can go, it's a mirror effect. It could be both of you. You know, you meet somebody and you both just feel like, you know, you came into my life at the right time, and nobody's going to get this but you. Nobody's going to get this kind of relationship. You just feel it on a deeper, and that person's perfect for you. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? Cancer, I'm seeing good news come in with the Cancer too. You know, maybe they're following through with some promise, or the lucky date is happening, or lucky moment where it finally seems like, you know, all right, it's on, we got this. Leo, you're the peanut butter to my jelly. Another piece to the puzzle. You and a Leo just realizing that there's something about one another that nobody else can replicate. Virgo, a secret coming to light with the Virgo. So they may send you a note, text, a letter, tell you their truth this week. Let you know what's really going on beneath the surface. Libra, I see true love with a Libra. You and Libra may be getting together. Could be for the first time this week. It could be you're just feeling pulled. They're noticing you, you're noticing them, but I see a soulmate aspect with you and a Libra. Scorpio, your wishes coming true with a Scorpio this week. Finally, some movement. All right, Sagittarius. All right, you may catch them in a lie this week, so watch out for your Sagittarius, all right? If things seem too confusing, or, you know, call them out, all right? So I do feel like they may try to pull a fast one on you. Capricorn, you could have a date this week with a Capricorn, or finally, you know, getting together finally, or talking, or that first moment together. Aquarius, I see letting you know they miss you, right? You may get some sign of synchronicity. They might be at a distance, but they're still thinking about you if you need to hear that. And Pisces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Pisces. I'm seeing new love with the Pisces, or possibly a reconciliation, being able to forgive a Pisces for something this week is what I have for you. All right. I do miss Aquarius. All right, guys. I do notice lately people have been really challenging energies, like wanting to challenge everybody, you know, everybody getting stuck in their mindsets. And, you know, that's something that I've been pondering on lately as well. You know, you get so caught up in a point of view, and then you see it everywhere you go. And it's and it becomes that, and then you miss other things, you miss other messages or other So when you come into a reading, try to be open and know that I do my work before I start the reading. I'm calling in as much as I can for the highest good for all of you, and be open to whatever comes through. I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right, Cancer. We'll give Cancer 4444. All right, let's do this. All right, my Cancer. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. Let's see who's coming towards you this week or right now. It could be past, present, new, doesn't matter. I will do Aries through Pisces though, and person that's on your mind, or if anybody's new coming your way. All right, Cancer. Woo. All right, so this card just wanted to come out, Five of Swords. So you must be questioning something. I'm going to keep that right here. All right. Some of you here trying to figure something out, working overtime, not sure what to say, or, you know, feeling confused about a situation, that's for sure. All right. It's like, maybe I went too far. Maybe I said something. Maybe I shouldn't have said something. You know, we can often question ourselves. You know, just take a look at what your motive was, what you're trying to get from something before you say something to somebody. That's the best advice I can give for that card. If you ever pull it on your own, ask yourself, you know, if I reach out to this person, what am I wanting? What am I trying to achieve? And do I believe that I will get that outcome? All right, I am seeing the Sun card show up for you this week. This is the undertone. So this is telling me that things clearing up. So if you have been going through something that seems disappointing with somebody, or you're not sure how somebody feels about you, you don't know if they care or if they're interested, or if this, you know, if we're going to get together, because the Sun can be a date. It can be, I don't know how this person feels about me. And so this is telling me this week you'll get clarity. All right, I have Leo energy. You know, I mean, the sun is going to like illuminate it too. I mean, whether we're friends or whether somebody's really fallen in love with us, is it more than friends? And I do have the Nine of Pentacles underneath that, which is also showing me somebody here who's very responsible, very busy often, and could also seem like, you know, are they ready for a relationship or not? Are they giving off a vibe that they really do want to build something, or are they really wanting to just be single and be friends? So that's what's coming through. Let's see your person though. Let's see their energy. The Eight of Pentacles. All right. Very, very fixated and focused in their own world. Very distracted energy. But I'm getting somebody here though. I'm feeling like you're confusing somebody's who's not being as aware of you or not giving you as much attention, as you might be misreading it as they're not interested. And I'm not getting that vibe here. I'm getting somebody who is hyper fixated or focused on their work, their health, their routine, their, you know, getting their life together. But this can be somebody here that thinks about you often. So somebody here who's been thinking about you most likely will take that step and reach out to you and connect with you. So what is pulling this person towards you? The Ace of Cups. So you clearly are on somebody's mind. Maybe this is new. Maybe this is new to them. Maybe they didn't think they were, you know, ready for a relationship. And now all of a sudden you're crossing their mind. Some of you might just need to hear that today. Yes, you're crossing your person's mind. I'm seeing an earthy sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I mean, what draws them to you is they have more than just friends' feelings for you. You know, it's like, I've got love for you. I care about you. I think about you, you know, you're important to me, right? So we'll have to see what's blocking them. The Six of Cups, and let's see your energy. The Two of Wands. All right. All right. So here you are. Is there something you can't quite resolve from your past with the situation? I mean, it feels like you're very hesitant. Like to me, it feels like you're moving too fast, Cancer. All right. I'm being real. It feels to me like you're wanting to figure something out. You wanted to prepare for the next step. You're always ahead of the game. You're always one step ahead, right? And then your anticipation for you. You have the Two of Wands. Like you're getting like, it's all you're focused on, right? Is when we're getting together, when, you know, when's the next time? When's it happening again? Or for some of you, it could be, you know, are we going to reconcile? Even for some of you, is this going to happen? Maybe it's too soon, or you're just being too anxious about it. That your person here looks like they are thinking about you, but they're moving at a slower pace. They're earth, you're fire. If this is a new relationship, I'm telling you that you have somebody here that is not maybe as anxious as you are, but doesn't mean that they're not thinking about you. They're thinking about connecting with you, but maybe at a later date, you know, maybe in a couple days. Maybe it's not as soon as you think, you know, maybe you're hoping that it happens today, and they're thinking, you know, I'm just giving it a little bit more time. I've got a lot on my plate. All right. So I am seeing that it's just a timing issue, and you're just getting a little anxious, and you may be trying to figure out whether or not you should reach out or not. I'm feeling like you just need to, you know, if you're going to reach out, do it from a comfortable place, a place that you know this person. It looks like a soulmate energy. It looks like somebody here is really thinking about where this could go, or thinking about connecting with you, thinking about, or being very nostalgic. You might be dealing with somebody that right now is currently being very nostalgic about the past that you guys had together, whether it was a date or whether it was a relationship or whether it was just a friendship. Maybe somebody is going, you know, I can see this going further, but you're a little bit anxious and getting in your head is what I'm seeing about it, which if you were to make a decision right now, you might expect the worst to happen, you know, and jump too soon. So this week isn't a week of jump and let them jump towards you. It looks like, you know, if something is blocking them, it could be that they're still trying to reconcile with their past, and maybe reconciling with that with another. And or maybe for some of you, you guys had something happening and they're wondering whether or not you guys could take a friendship and go further with this, right? So they're still trying to figure out if this is something they want to do. So what's happening this week? A lot of love for you, it seems like. Somebody's really, you're taking up more space than you realize in somebody's mind. So this week, this is what I'm seeing for you, Cancer. This week, it could be a little bit emotional for you. It might still feel like I'm waiting. I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure. I could let my fears get to me. But you see, there's a lot going on, and you guys are both kind of reminiscent about each other, or thinking about each other. So the fear might get to you this week. That's why, you know, if it doesn't resonate with you right now, think about the rest of the week. If you're connecting with somebody, or you're thinking about reaching out to somebody, or you feel very emotional and you're deceiving yourself here, like you may start thinking the worst case scenario, and this is where you could overreact emotionally and make a decision or say something that you wish you had waited. All right. So that's what I'm getting for you. And I got Pisces, and I got your energy here too as well. But this week it could still be kind of uncertain. Like, just don't read into everything this week. All right. Let things unfold, because it looks like it's changing in your favor, but fear could get the best of you. So what should you do? And I see the Queen of Cups. Look at this. You're gonna chill out, hang out with your emotions, be calm, be confident, and just know that you're drawing somebody to you. You're very magnetic. All right. Very magnetic this week. You got to just kind of hang back there and process your emotions, and just know that it's changing. Something is coming to light for you with this person. All right. Look at that. You go from the moon to the sun. Let's see Aries through Pisces. So this is somebody on your mind, or this could be somebody new coming your way. It may not have anything to do with this reading I just did, but it could. All right, look at this. You have confusion and turmoil again here too. So I can see that some of you, I mean, you're probably walking around super chill, like nothing's wrong. But I'm seeing that some of you, you're going through a lot of mental stress right now, or, you know, having a hard time trying to figure something out. You know, you're just giving yourself a headache here. All right. Let's see. Aries, I see communication with an Aries this week. You know, finally maybe talking about future plans with an Aries, you know, hanging out, getting together. I do see community getting together, going out somewhere. Taurus, you celebrating with a Taurus. So you guys could be hanging out this week too, or that date you're planning, finally getting together. So if you're getting nervous about an Aries or a Taurus, it feels like your plans are going to come through with both of them. Gemini, I see them traveling to see you. So plans, you know, come into fruition here with a Gemini. Looks like they will travel to see you. And Cancer, you got good news. Luck is on your side this week. So if anything, walk away from the reading knowing that, you know, whatever you're worried about the most seems to be working itself out regardless, right? So you could totally stress. I mean, that could be something you want to do. Maybe you're used to doing it. And it looks like it's still going to work out for you. I think your reading is just saying, why stress? Why worry about it? Let it happen because it is coming in. Good news with another Cancer. Leo, I see a karmic cycle coming around here with a Leo. So this could be a lesson learned, you know, finally getting off the hamster wheel, maybe finding closure with a Leo. Being able to move on from a situation with a Leo this week. But regardless, something is changing and moving with a Leo. Virgo, you guys both want to see each other this week. You both like each other. You both really care about each other. So you're building a friendship, if anything, but you also could be just getting closer as the time goes on. So just know that your relationship is growing regardless. Libra, all right. So something you fear most about a Libra is really something you fear most about yourself. All right. So you might be thinking that whatever, well, just put it this way, whatever they're doing or if they're pulling away, it's mostly mainly because you are already feeling like they're going to reject you or they don't want you. So there's something going on within you that is being shown to you with a Libra. Scorpio, I'm seeing trying to control a situation. You both desire each other. There is the devil between the two of you. But I am seeing this week, too, there could be something coming up that you guys need to deal with. It's heavy energy. Sagittarius, his eyes are on you. They definitely see you. Maybe they saw you. They see the way you look. They are thinking you have it going on. And, you know, so they want this. Maybe they'll approach you this week. Capricorn, I'm seeing new arrivals. So I'm also seeing a Capricorn maybe approach you this week, or you're meeting a Capricorn. Aquarius, there could be a secret coming up with an Aquarius. You're finally discovering something you didn't know. And Pisces, saying goodbye to a Pisces, or they're relocating, moving on. All right. They could be moving on from another situation if this is a new Pisces coming in. And this is the week where they're moving to your neighborhood. All right. Hello, Miss Soul Circle. All right, Leo. You're welcome. Thank you. Hello, Leos. Sweet Stacy. Let me get a good shuffle. Oh, Leo, I keep forgetting to put the banner. Leo, Leo, Leo. Leo, who is coming towards you this week right now? Past, present, or new, doesn't matter. I will do Aries through Pisces as well. Somebody on your mind. All right, looking good. underneath the deck is the Page of Pentacles. So something's showing up, making plans with somebody this week. Just keep in mind that, you know, this could be something that grows into something more, but you might not see it all up front. All right. So somebody who has more to offer than they're letting on, right? Somebody that might be like, you know, maybe I could, but this person ends up being somebody very wealthy long term. All right. And so we are seeing things are slow start this week, but definitely something that could in the future grow into something bigger and better. All right, good news coming in. I do see the Knight of Cups. And so this is authentic. This is somebody feels like you can trust. Somebody here that's got love for you, somebody here that wants to maybe even go on a date with you. Now, if some of you are going on a date this week, just know that there's more than meets the eye. So this person definitely has feelings, but they're going to be slow to open up at first, you know, not unhealthy wise, just slower to take their time moving into a relationship. So your person, Nine of Swords, freaking out a little bit. What draws them to you? The Queen of Wands, look at you. All right. Do you ever think maybe you're intimidating, Leo? All right. So somebody could be freaking out a little bit and worried about impressing you or worried about meeting your expectations. Somebody's got more feelings for you than they're letting on. And you may have a lot you want. You're very ambitious or very confident and very focused on your future. And you might be dealing with somebody who's just getting the party started, who's just now getting off the ground, who's building their future. But just know that this person that's approaching you may feel like they can't impress you now or give you what you want now, but they're definitely somebody here that one feels intimidated by you, that maybe you would reject them if they can't give you what you need. But two, if you're into this person and you don't write them off so quickly, this person could turn out to be the love of your life. All right. So I am getting the feeling that there's somebody, some Leos here that might be writing off a friend or friend-zoned person or a date because they're not exactly what you envisioned, and they could end up being your soulmate. Right. But that might not be the case for everybody. I am just seeing here, though, that somebody is afraid to let you down. What's their block? The Star card. You know, they could be going through rebuilding themselves or picking themselves back up after a job change, a life change, or they're just getting out of school, or they're just getting out of a relationship. And so what's blocking them is the Star card. They just don't feel like they're where they want to be just yet, or they're not as, maybe you are more famous or more successful in your own life than this person is. Right. And they just feel like less than around you, or feel like they could disappoint you. All right. So that's what I'm seeing with them. It's like they're just not quite sure where their future is taking them. And you have a vision. Let's see your energy about them. The Five, don't be taking this personal with this person, but if you feel let down or feel like this person you know, is a disappointment, they might be feeling that way from you, like they can't meet your needs. But you might be taking something personal. You might be taking that this person is avoiding you a little bit, but it's really this person afraid to disappoint you, and you're taking it as maybe you're disappointing them or they're rejecting you. That's not the case I'm picking up with right now. All right. Your person is maybe hoping here that you guys can find yourself making future plans together. But what's happening this week? I see the Queen of Cups. You may get an emotional conversation this week. Let's see what you should do. The Three of Pentacles. All right, so I just heard let it in. I said this person here, it looks like they're trying to work something out with you or trying to talk to you. This person may be somebody that you work with or work around, and they're trying to figure out how to even to make it work with you. If there's a third party, guys, I do see two queens here. If there's another situation, they're leaving the situation and they're hoping that you understand. That could be the Star card too. Look, I'm trying to move on from a situation before I get into this situation with you. And I don't, want you to lose faith in me. For some of you, I don't want you to lose faith in this connection. Your person may be actually working on removing a third party from their life this week. You know, and this is where you have the Page of Pentacles coming in for you. That's why it's a slow start. All right. Somebody moving on from a situation to connect with you. But I do see this week there may be emotional communication here around how can we make things work. You could be deepening your connection with this person. What's your advice? The Death card. All right. Let something leave, let something come in, let something change for you this week. It looks like maybe this is somebody that, if it's a new person, it's somebody that you're not quite used to, but I am getting, give this person a shot. That's your reading, Leo. Give this person a shot that's trying to come towards you. If they're being real and they're meant to be on your path, Leo, with this Star card, you're not going to have to question it, no matter what I say. All right. It's just going to feel like this person feels very drawn to you and they just don't want to disappoint you. All right. So I got Aquarius, you got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, you got Aries, Leo, Sag for you as well too. And let's look at each zodiac sign. Regardless of what this said, let's see what to expect from Aries through Pisces this week. All right, Aries through Pisces. All right, so I am seeing somebody's releasing a situation or realizing the connection here. So let's see. Aries, I see happily ever after. So you and Aries starting something or connecting this week. It could lead to long-term relationship. This could be, Aries could be your one, right? And finally taking that first step, you know, into a long-term potential relationship. Taurus, all right, so something around a third party or an affair is coming to light. They could be confronting this. If there's something that happened in the past, it's definitely coming back up to reconcile. This could be something somebody's feeling a lot of guilt, and they're wanting to reconcile the past. All right, so that could be coming up this week. Gemini, I'm seeing Gemini just wanted to get things started with you, so the initiating contact. Cancer, don't back down. All right, looks like you guys may be confronting unresolved conflict this week with a Cancer. They want to get something off their chest. And Leo, I'm seeing, you know, mind games and somebody here in denial this week and somebody not being 100% honest. So you may need to call out another Leo this week, especially if you're feeling like somebody's, you know, lying straight to you. You might want to call somebody out. Virgo is sorry. I feel like there's a lot of remorse and you may get an apology from your Virgo, or they just feel bad for disappointing you if they didn't show up. Libra, I see a confession with the Libra, wanting to talk to you, wanting to get something off their chest or let you know something they've always known. Scorpio needs a little bit more space. It looks like they're retreating, a little bit overwhelmed, need some time off. So you may notice they are a little bit quiet this week. Sagittarius also being quiet. They're heartbroken, maybe still grieving the past in some sense, whether it's with you or somebody else. Capricorn, I see hot and cold behavior this week with a Capricorn. You know, try not to get pulled into it, especially if it's something you've been dealing with. They could be going through their own uncertainties about the relationship. Aquarius, you and Aquarius getting together, a date or just talking things out. And Pisces, and I see Pisces really feeling this, feeling you, and you and Pisces maybe talking about your feelings this week. All right, let me see. I just got the cards a little mixed up. All right, after that, Virgo, let's go. All right, Virgo, 110. All right, Virgo. All right, Virgo, who's coming toward you right now? Could be past, present, new. It doesn't matter. I will do Aries through Pisces for the person that's on your mind as well. The Empress card, overall energy this week is talking about things growing between you and another person, right? Feeling contentment and at peace. So, some good things might show up for you this week. You've been working on a relationship. It feels like you're forming something stronger. Feels like, we're starting to maybe even call ourselves a couple. It just feels very warm and nurturing. And it feels like the undertone this week is that you can relax a little bit and sort of allow the relationship to grow organically, or there's a person coming into your life, even if this is a new relationship, it just feels nice. It feels like you can lean back a little bit and you don't have to work so hard for a connection. It's coming to you and it's growing. All right. So that is a great start. Let's see your person. 2 of Swords. This is the week. Maybe they've been torn and you're worried about, what's on their mind. Which direction are we going in? They already know it. You already know it. It feels like something's been sparked between you and another person. And right now it feels like we might be talking ourselves in circles or around, or your person might be, kind of, questioning things. We could tend to second guess ourselves in this energy. But the overall is the heart there. It's like their heart's pulling them to constantly keep confronting any differences or challenges that you might be having. So if you find yourself this week, kind of feeling a little bit, uncertain about where somebody stands, I feel like it'll be in your head. You may question things, but the way they act and the way they show up for you and the way they make you feel is going to be enough that it doesn't matter what their ultimate choice is. You feel like they choose you. All right. You are being chosen. And, this week too, you could find that this person is tired of playing games, and when I say games, I don't play stupid games. I'm always trying to shove that shit away from you guys. I'm saying games like with themselves, like, why am I questioning things? Why am I doing this? Why don't I just jump in and finally just go for it? And if you find that you and your person constantly bump heads a little bit, and every little thing you guys do, you sort of analyze the situation like, ooh, this has got to be it. This is got to mean this or that. I feel like this week too, like some of that's going to disappear. You're getting past that stage where you just kind of feel like, you know what, this is it. We're defining something. What's drawn them to you? There's just you, everything about you. They're trusting you. They're trusting in the connection. They're feeling some sort of spiritual pull. I think both of you are in alignment, whoever this is. There could be some silence between, this could be unspoken, some of it coming through this week. You and another person, you're feeling somebody's vibe. You're feeling somebody around you that's got their eye. I mean, you can feel somebody's presence when they're the high priestess. You just know they're lurking, they're around. And they always feel you or see signs of you. Maybe you are around them a lot, or when you are around them, you leave a mark on them, your presence, right? And whenever you go quiet, it really does stress this person out too. They're trying to figure you out, right? There is some sort of mystique about you. And sometimes you just are always on point too. Maybe the things you just say things that's on their mind, and they're like, how did you know that? They might not tell you you do that, but they definitely could be thinking that. You always say what's on their mind. You seem to know this person. Virgo, I always give this card to you in Pisces, your access, because I just always think of the Virgin Mary, and I think of you as well. And I just think that you have a natural, pure authenticness, and intuition, where you just see and know that you have such high moral standards, that I think this is what draws this person to you as well too. You have such strong standards for yourself, and you're not willing to give up your boundaries for other people. And even though you're a person of service and you will do a lot for other people, you still have pretty high standards here. That draws this person towards you. All right. You don't lose yourself. You know who you are. So if you do fight for yourself, or you do cause this person a little bit of grief because you're very indifferent to their point of view, and you always have your own point of view, and you're quick to battle your point of view, this to me feels like you have some softness about you that also drives this person wild. Like you just stay true to yourself. All right, so what's their block, if any? The Seven of Wands. They're very guarded. All right, you might be somebody that peers through them, and you're able to see through them, and they're not used to somebody doing that. All right. Now, if you don't know this person yet, and this is somebody that's lurking around you, you're just somebody that this person feels comfortable enough around, that maybe they've let their guards down more than you realize. And you are somebody here that they just can't seem to block you away from them. If they've tried to block you out, this is somebody that can't block you no matter what. Here comes Virgo's presence, Virgo's energy, and they just can't stay away, right? You challenge this person to step up in a lot of ways, and that's because you call them out. And maybe that feels like a Scorpio energy too, in a way. You call them out, and a part of them wants to be exposed, and maybe you make them feel safe when they do open up. You make them feel comforted, or you will make them feel comforted, that they feel like they can open up around you. So let's see what you're not seeing about yourself. The Seven of Cups. All right. A lot of you manifesting in somebody here that is somebody that you truly want and truly desire. All right. And maybe some of you question, you don't think you're chosen, but I feel like this person, you chose them, they chose you a long time ago. All right. That's what I've got. All right. Now, you might be questioning things. So if it's if you're analyzing this person, or you have super high expectations, or unrealistic, unhealthy expectations, this is where I need you to take a look, that this person may be feeling like, hey, I don't know if I can meet all your expectations here, right? You need to come down to earth a little bit, right? But you don't lower your expectations or standards for anybody. I just do see this sometimes, and I feel like Virgos can set their expectations so high that even you can't meet them at times, all right? But I do feel like somebody here, no matter what, is constantly pulled towards you, that if there's anybody willing to give it a shot, this person here is willing to step up, especially this week. So let's see what's going to happen this week. I see the Knight of Swords. All right. So there could be some fast movement, making some quick choices. So if you've been feeling uncertain about anything, I'm hearing you need to make a choice. Is this your person? Is this what you want? Because it looks like, it could be grounding in on a relationship, or somebody that really wants to be with you. But if this is an ego thing, and this is somebody that you're like, you might be making somebody fall in love with you. and it's going to be harder to shake later, or it's going to make you feel guilty later, right? But also I'm seeing this week, if somebody's been on the fence about making a choice, you're seeing that turn around pretty quickly. The speed of your relationship is going to pick up this week. Lots of communication. I do see that your person, though, can be, they might talk and try to be funny. So their sarcasm or your sarcasm might be a way that you guys express your feelings this week. So things could get a little bit more playful like that. But it feels good-hearted. But it does feel like lots of fun communication here. And they're making a choice this week. So if you want this, it looks like, make sure you know what you want, right? What should you do? I'm seeing the Two of Pentacles. Make a decision. Are you doing this because you want it? Are you doing this because you're bored? Are you juggling relationships? Are you sure? Are you 100% sold? Because it looks like, you know, things are moving and grooving this week, but the decision is on you about what it is you really want. Let's look at Aries through Pisces. Look at it. I mean, you're the Empress, right? You got it going on. Let's see Aries through Pisces this week. So this is going to be completely different. It doesn't have to resonate with this first part. All right, Aries through Pisces. Think about the sign that's on your mind, but also this could be new love coming in as well. All right, somebody a little overwhelmed. Who isn't, right? Always overwhelmed. You come into my channel, I've battled so many things in relationships. That's where my perspective always comes from. All right, Aries. All right, so expect change this week with an Aries. All right, sometimes it can feel like things are falling apart if they're meant to, but that's change. Things that are not relevant are going to fall apart. If a situation is not stable, it's going to fall apart. But that's how we get to the truth of things. It could be you came into an Aries life unexpectedly, and so maybe now things are starting to fall apart so that the two of you can build things. It can go in any direction. Taurus, feeling a little sad, feeling bad about the way things have turned out or about the way things played out. You may get an apology this week, a deep, heartfelt apology this week about, you know, something that's been weighing on them. Gemini, I'm seeing closure with a Gemini as well. I'm seeing a karmic cycle. It could be a pattern coming back around. You know, we've had to learn something, a deep soul lesson with one another. And so if it's repeating itself again this week, this could be where you're making a choice to get off the cycle. But also keep in mind that this can be, you both are deciding to, you know, figure your shit out and get it rolling or get moving on, right? Cancer, threes of crowds. So if there's a third party this week, there could be a decision being made about eliminating one of them. But of course, if it's a child or a job, that's, you know, maybe there's going to be a talk about how we can make this work and make it work with the third party. Cancer, you got days to weeks, you know, some timing issues here with the Cancer. So, you know, it could be a new Cancer coming into your life, a matter of 15 days or 15 weeks, but it also could just be a timing. It doesn't have to be those days, you know, where sometimes the timing's just off and we just need to give it a little bit more time. Leo, I'm seeing lesson learned this week with a Leo. All right, so, you know, either they're learning their lesson, you guys are leveling up, deciding to figure things out and move on and grow up, or, you know, we're deciding to move on. It can go either way. Virgo, I'm seeing jealousy arising this week. No, that was a Virgo. Lesson learned, Virgo. Sorry. So Leo was the days, Virgo was the lesson learned, and Libra is insecurity and a little bit of jealousy. So if there's a third party going on, there could be some jealousy happening this week. If it's you, you're creating jealousy with the Libra. If it's them, they're creating jealousy. But you know what that says is that we have feelings for each other and we're trying to make each other jealous. I don't know. Scorpio, I see some regret with a Scorpio. You may get a note or a letter from a Scorpio this week apologizing. Sagittarius taking some time out, healing. Maybe they're just healing from a sickness or healing from a relationship, or just need a little bit of space. Give it a couple more days. Capricorn, watch out for any denial or lies this week, or playing any games, right? It's not for you. You're the Empress. Aquarius, falling for you. This week, an Aquarius could be falling in love with you. And Pisces could be your soulmate. I am seeing a relationship form with you and a Pisces this week. All right. Libra. One. Yeah, did you like that one? All right. Libra. Let's see what we get for Libra. I like them too. All right, Libra. Who's coming towards you? Whether new, past, present. I'll also do Aries through Pisces, so if you have somebody specific on your mind. All right, let's see. All right, we have the Four of Cups. All right, you got something trying to come into your life. A relationship, a new relationship. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it, though? You know, some of you, this is the undertone. That doesn't mean it's what's happening. It's just the undertone of, you know, I'm getting tired of waiting. I'm getting tired of waiting on this person. I'm getting tired of dealing with people that don't know what they want. Getting tired of, you know, taking the cup that's always showing up, right? You know, and just because somebody shows up at your front door doesn't mean that they're the one. You know, but you're giving somebody a shot, and, you know, let's see where it goes. But it seems like you may already have a feeling of disappointment before the cup even shows up. So this is a mindset thing. You know, you're already expecting it to not to be what you want, not to be, or something you're not going to be doing that they're not. You know, it's going to disappoint me. It's going to be slow. It's not going to make me happy. You know, things get good, and then all of a sudden they slow down, and next thing you know, it's over. You know, I'm just afraid to get happy because I'm going to get disappointed. Come on, Libra. I can feel you too. I just pulled into my Libra Vedic there. All right. It's like you're sick of trying to build something from something that isn't always fully present. All right. It's like, I don't want to work off of potential anymore. I want something real. So it looks like something is coming in this week. So let's see how it shows up for you, though. Let's give Libra something good. All right, your person, the King of Pentacles. All right, I think that's pretty good. All right, that's pretty damn good. Hey, that's pessimistic, but, you know, I'm speaking truth there. I'm speaking truth there. That's how you can have the best smile on your face, walk around super positive, but you got that inner voice that's like, oh, you know, here we go again. Right? You know, but your person, you've got a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here showing up. Somebody who seems to be pretty gifted, getting what they want and knowing what they want, and value, and, you know, values relationships, values the people that come into their life. You know, the thing about the King of Pentacles is, you know, this is somebody that takes their time to make a decision, but when they do, you know, you're in it for the long haul. So there could be something starting this week with an earth energy, or somebody with qualities, very professional, very grounded and respectful. You know, somebody that likes the finer things in life, and likes to spend money too. All right. So, you know, it's a Taurus energy too. So that could be pessimistic too. That attitude I was just pulling up, it can be so, you know, show me the money, Taurus energy. All right. I don't want to talk. I want to see what you got. You're knocking on my door. You better have it. Have it ready to go. All right. So what draws this person to you? The King of Swords. All right. Something about the way you address things, the way you talk, the way you communicate. You're on the same page as this person. They seem very drawn to you. Maybe you have a really good social life. You know, you're well known in the community, or you give off an awesome presence. You know how to talk, you know how to carry yourself. You know how to work a crowd. Maybe you're working towards some sort of success in your life. You're very successful, and you know you're very good, strong moral standards, and you don't let people do you wrong, right? And you don't want to be done wrong. So maybe you question everything, and you know you are just authentic about it. You're authentic in your beliefs too, right? So maybe you are indecisive because you have such high values, high standards, and this person is finding that very attractive. You represent yourself in a very good way. You know, I want to say to some of you that I've noticed in my years of reading that people that show up like this, like you're showing up today, who can be very indecisive or question things or very hesitant, oftentimes you may worry too much or start to think, you know, or take things personal, like you're doing something wrong, but really other people just see you as high standards, and you're dealing with people that are just wanting to play around or not, they just respect you too much. It took me a minute to get that out there, but a lot of you read it the wrong way. You read it backwards. You know, you're trying to turn somebody, I don't know where I was going to say turn tricks. Or you're trying to turn somebody who's in the mood to go out to clubs into somebody domesticated, and they're not in the season for it, right? But here it looks like you're meeting with somebody who is in the season. You got two kings showing up here, and they're drawn to you, your integrity, and the way you carry yourself, pride. All right, what's their block, if any? The Knight of Swords, all right? Just the pace of things, right? Maybe they just don't like to make decisions too quickly. And again, that can be a very triggering word to say for some of you that have been waiting for somebody for quite some time, and you're like, the pace is slow enough. Then that's on you. You know, don't wait around. Look what it's doing to you. Don't wait around anymore. All right. You may be just dealing with somebody this week who literally, authentically just likes to not make decisions too quickly. All right. But once they do make a decision, you will feel pretty safe with a King of Pentacles. Right. They're not somebody that plays games. They're just somebody that sometimes it does take a cattle prod to get them to move a little bit. But once they do, they're in it to win it. So you have somebody here trying to enter your life. You could be misreading somebody, or somebody in your life might be coming across as kind of dull at times, or they're boring you, and it's because they're not moving fast enough. This person might be a gold mine. This person might be a gold mine. So I am picking up in today's readings a lot about people kind of shutting out awesome options in their life that are really good for them, and because they got their mind focused on somebody that seems to look like they could be a little bit spicier or have a little bit more fun, but you're missing the gold nuggets around you. I'm feeling this way for a Libra. There's somebody here very solid around you. Let's see your energy. Right, you got the Page of Swords, right? You're open and swinging, ready, right? I got questions, just answer them. Let's go. So I'm basically seeing here this week, be curious and open to conversations with people. You may notice that conversation is picking up. Maybe somebody trying to get started here, trying to talk to you. Show yourself, be real, be authentic, speak your truth this week. Do you see all this air energy? This is where I feel like Libras, you need to be intentional about what you're saying to people this week. If you're talking to somebody, be super intentional about it. This is what I need, what I want. Somebody here definitely values you. You're being asked to kind of just jump in and ask the questions that you want to know this week, and get the answers. Get the answers this week. If somebody's lying to you, you're going to know it. right? Right out the gate. So you are being asked to kind of open up and speak your voice this week. Don't hesitate to communicate with people. And if you're afraid to reach out to somebody, that's a red flag. You need to just be open and reach out to somebody and be like, what the hell? Let's do this. Let's go. And if you're settling, that's where this week you could be finally making a choice to actually block somebody too. Right, that's on the agenda. I think I might have just threw that in there for you. But what's happening this week? You're seeing some change. If something has been stuck for a minute, you're being asked to get it unstuck. All right, make that decision and be intentional about your communication. There is something changing behind the scenes. There could be somebody that's been hanging around in your energy that's wanting to show themselves to you this week. Be open. I do see 2 kings showing up, air and earth for you. I do see Pisces showing up for you as well too. So it looks like there's some change happening this week, whereas some of you have been in this limbo state. There is a little bit about you being active with your voice, but I am seeing some movement happen this week with somebody finally opening up and letting go. So what should you do though? I see the Ace of Cups, right? Let that love in is what I'm getting for you. Open up your heart and all right, quit settling for the ones that are dimming your light. All right. I am seeing here, open your heart this week. This could be the beginning, a really good week for love for my Libras. I can't remember yesterday's forecast for the week was a really good forecast, guys. I love those. I hope you guys do go back to them during the week, but I'm not sure. I think it might have been Libra too. And Cancer, who's this week is really going to be a good opening week for love for you guys. So let's look at Aries through Pisces. Now, if this didn't resonate, don't worry about it. I'm going to do Aries through Pisces. This could be a new person or a person on your mind. Think about the sign that you want to focus on, and let's get a message. All right, Aries through Pisces for Libra. Stay open to new possibilities. I am seeing know your worth, right, with that 4 cups too, right? And I feel like what's coming through is you guys do. And I'm going to give you an additional message. I see things are growing from this point, the new moon we just had into summer. You know, we're seeing the expansion, you know, vitality, life, growth in relationships for you. Aries, all right. Give it some days. It's a timing issue maybe between you and Aries. I am seeing it's a matter of days, maybe weeks before you guys are actually, you know, this could be reconciling too if it's too soon. But to me, it's just a timing issue right now. Don't lose faith in this connection. Taurus, all right, I'm seeing lesson learned this week. So you could be closing a chapter this week, leveling up, or finally realizing what we've been doing wrong that's been kind of blocking us from leveling up in a connection. So learning something this week with a Taurus. Gemini, we have communication from a Gemini. They want to talk to you. Gemini is all about exploring the connection. You guys might be talking about future plans. And we're seeing Cancer. You and Cancer's relationship is getting stronger. It's developing over time. There's something unique about this connection that keeps you both kind of eyeballing each other or staying connected. Leo's got their eyes on you. So there's a Leo totally drawn by you. Could be a new Leo as well that's got their eyes on you. But either way, they're sold. You've got all their attention. Virgo wakening up to the connection as well. But they also could be going through their own spiritual awakening, which is why things may have been taking time for some of you. But they're starting to realize what they really want or what they need in their life to feel happy. Libra, all right, you've got a lot changing here, all right? You were being called in a new direction, right? And this is the career shift type card too. So maybe some of you are trying to relocate, change your whole life up. You're trying something new. You're just needing something to change in your life. You're being called towards a new direction. So I am seeing you and Libra could be working things out, both feeling called to move forward and build something. But in general, I feel like you're being called to a new shift, right? And this whole reading's kind of been based on that. Scorpio, working on it, planning on, you guys making plans, reaching out, planning on getting together, or planning on fixing something between the two of you. Sagittarius, still dealing with some emotional grief from the past, that they're heartbroken or maybe disappointed in the way things turned out. But they're still grieving and needing more time. Capricorn, I see a new beginning, maybe even new in the springtime. We're in the spring right now, so this is happening. Maybe this is starting this week. Aquarius, I see new love or reconciliation with an Aquarius. And I'm seeing Pisces getting over some blocks or some obstacles this week. You may still have some more challenges with the Pisces, but it looks like it's one worth moving forward towards, and you guys will figure it out. All right, Libra. Thank you. I think you can hype when the live stream's over. I appreciate that. Yeah, I wish they made it so you could hype it when I was live. All right. Let's get a good shuffle for Scorpio. Thank you. Oh, Scorpio, let me put your banner up. All right, Scorpio. Who's coming towards you this week? Past, present, or new person, doesn't matter. And I'm going to do Aries through Pisces, though, so if you have somebody specific on your mind. All right, so the undertone is hurting a little bit, right? Somebody trying to process their feelings. You know, there is a lot of sadness underneath that somebody could be dealing with, whether they're lonely, whether they're upset about something that's happened. You know, there could have been a third-party situation that interferes or interfered. And, you know, but overall, it's just an undertone that's going on here. So somebody feeling disappointed in some way or a little bit unhappy. But the good news is there's so much love here, and this is a healing week, right? So there's a lot of healing going on with this energy. These are the things, the growing pains for me, the way I read my swords. You know, it's like, all right, so one of our fears came up, or we have fears, right? And they're coming up. We're afraid to be hurt, or afraid to get hurt, or, you know, afraid I'm being hurt. But, you know, sometimes during relationship growing pains, this is when we become the most vulnerable and real with ourselves, is when we are facing a little bit of pain in a relationship or heartbreak. So then we start to realize what is most important to us. What's underneath that? I got the 7 of Cups. All right. Somebody may be anticipating. All right. They're just always anticipating that they're going to get hurt. And this could be you as well, too. You know, it's like you're afraid to expect anything but heartbreak. You know, that's sad. I get it, right? Again, some of these doesn't mean you're carrying this on your outside life. But after a while, whenever you keep trying or going or making choices, or you've made some choices and you know, it's gotten you nowhere, you know, some of these things can kind of linger. in the deep, in the dark, though, you know. And it doesn't mean that you're giving up or you're not a positive person. It just means it does start to weigh on your psyche after a while, on your heart especially. Some of you may have given your heart to many people, and it just feels like letdown after letdown. But this tells me, though, that you still have hope, right? You're not giving up, or your person. So let's see the person coming towards you. I do see the 8 of Wands. You could have a lot going on at once this week. I am seeing somebody that can be high strung, high tense, somebody here that's, you know, short-lived at times too. So to me, it feels like some of you have dealt with some options where they get started, things are really exciting, things are really intense, and then all of a sudden, you know, you either get triggered or they get triggered and somebody's going to get hurt, right? So somebody may end something quickly out of fear of getting hurt, is what it's coming down to. But I can see passion. There's so much intensity and so much passion, and something draws this person to you. So what is it? You know, look at this, the 5 of Wands. You challenge this person. They're very drawn to your energy. But also there is some conflict between you and this person. You know, it could be both of you afraid to let each other in because one of us is going to get hurt, and it's not going to be me, it's going to be you. All right, that's a Scorpio trait. It's like if somebody comes at you too fast, or things get out of hand, or, you know, it feels like we've gone too far, or we're pushing things too far, or somebody's pushing you, or we've had an intense conversation and the truth came out, you know, it can feel like both of you kind of are headstrong, and you and this person may both decide to, you know, defend yourselves or protect yourselves by fighting each other off. So let's see the biggest block here, the Justice card. Who's right, who's wrong? Oh my God, both you guys. All right, so I'm getting kind of a vibe here, that two people, you and another person, Scorpio, both have had your battles, and now you guys are both kind of, your egos are battling each other over who's going to get hurt first, or who's not going to get hurt. So two strong egos here constantly challenging each other, and basically over who's right or who's wrong. I mean, who gives a shit? Seriously, right? You guys obviously have enough passion and intensity that there's something here that you guys both want it. You both challenge each other. But at some point, we need to pick our battles, and decide if we're going to let love in or not. Because it feels like you and this person are just both afraid, unless you both are doing something that you both feel like is, you think you can justify yourselves, right? You think you're right, they think they're right, but neither of you are right. I'm feeling like this could be a week where we need to figure out, you know, there's something exciting about this relationship. You guys both challenge each other to grow, but is this going to be a week where we can agree to disagree, or we just pick our battles instead of fighting each other constantly, or trying to control the situation constantly? Because it does look like sometimes things can get out of hand with you and this person. Now, let's see you. Let's see if it's, you know, look at the King of Swords. When you're right, you're right. You don't want to be wrong. You're very detached. And it seems like you have very good reason. You've been betrayed. You've been hurt. Maybe, I don't know if this person did or not, right? It doesn't matter, but it does feel like you've got some thick armor on. And you could get easily aggravated by somebody. And it looks like this week there could be another challenge coming up. Maybe a reconcile. Maybe this is a chance for you guys. This could come out of nowhere. Somebody here wanting to talk to you. You know, we need to talk this out. We need to figure something out here. I will say that this can be an energy of something that turns into a spat that can be unnecessary. Right? We can avoid this. We can agree to disagree and be able to find some sort of peace this week without having to be, I told you so, or I'm right. Because I am seeing that you're becoming detached. all right, or you're being a little bit cold and withdrawn, and you may be calling somebody out. Maybe you're right. Maybe this person is coming in to let you know that you were right about something. That would be nice. That can be. But if this is a newer person, it feels more like you both are afraid to be vulnerable and be completely honest with one another out of fear of getting hurt, right? So what's happening this week? I see the 8 of Swords. It looks like it's going down this week. What should you do? I see the Queen of Pentacles. You need to take a softer approach this week, more sensible and grounded approach with the Queen of Pentacles showing up. It feels like you could be on guard. You could be confronting some conflict this week when it comes to people that are coming towards you. Now, I'll do Aries through Pisces for the person that's on your mind. But I want to come back to this and say, if you're dealing with several people in your life this week, you may, this could be a week where you're calling people out, calling them out to make something right as well. Or you're just, distancing yourself from things that you can't fix, from a situation that is not your battle to fix. All right. So you may want to use some discernment this week when it comes to people challenging you this week. This can tell me there's a lot of projections going on, and a lot of, even could be you, a lot of projections because of betrayal or because of not trusting somebody. But I'm seeing here, by taking a grounded approach, you may be able to fix or find a solution to a situation before things get out of hand, is what I'm seeing for you. So I am seeing masculine and feminine energies around you this week. So there could be a lot coming at you at once. Whether or not, it could be just people you're dealing with right now, and maybe you do need to set somebody straight, right? And you need to be clear about what it is somebody is doing wrong that you're not happy with. Libra kind of just had that too. Maybe you do need to be intentional about why somebody's stressing you out or somebody's pissing you off before it gets out of hand, before you lose control and you guys end up saying something that you both regret. All right. So earth energy and air energy for you this week. Let's look at Aries through Pisces. All right, so this could be totally different from the reading. Think of the sign that's on your mind, but this can also be new love that's coming in. All right, so I do see new beginning starting up right now. So a lot of you may have just started a situation with somebody. Things are moving, things are growing. This can also be a week where there's a new start here with this new beginning energy. So let's see, Aries, a new arrival. All right, my son's about to have a baby. All right, new arrival coming in. And so this could be a new start with an Aries. It could be an Aries that's completely new in your life. It does not matter, but they're trying to pop their head into your world and say hello. And Taurus, it's about to pay off. So whatever you're going through with a Taurus, we're seeing here things might get a little bit hectic, if it does apply to this reading. But you guys, that feels like the 9 of Wands. It's about to pay off. Like, just keep on keeping on. Gemini, you could be finding closure or moving on from a Gemini this week. But also, if this is a new Gemini, they could be relocated into your job, your area. And this could be a new person, new fresh Gemini. Cancers, this could be the week they're chasing you. All right. But if you're chasing them, don't chase. You're never going to get, the chaser runner dynamic is real. If you're chasing, they're going to keep running. There is no way to fix that dynamic. All right. You can hunt them down and bolt them down and concrete them down. That's the only way they're not going to go anywhere. You could do that. All right. Might end up in jail. But if you're chasing them, stop. They'll chase you. All right. If they don't, they weren't worth it. Leo, right, watch out. There's some denial here. Maybe not wanting to own up. You know, you call them out. Call them out. All right, that's all this week. Virgo's still dealing with some heartache, heartbroken, whether being separated from you or the way things turned out, or they're dealing with, you know, separation from somebody else. Libra, I want to kiss you. All right, so there could be a first date this week with you and Libra, or them, somebody telling you about them wanting to connect with you. And Scorpio, luck is on your side. So there's some good news coming in this week. Luck is on your side if you need to confront a situation. It'll benefit you to speak your truth. Sagittarius is fallen for you, in love with you. This could be a new Sagittarius coming in. Capricorn, confused, all right? So there could be, you guys are confused in each other. Slow down. Let's try and figure this out. Let's look at facts when it comes to a Capricorn. Aquarius, I'm seeing incoming communication. So message can be any kind of message. And Pisces, wanted to take the relationship a little bit more serious. You may be grounding in, getting closer to a Pisces this week. All right, Sagittarius. All right, Sag. Thank you, Moonflower. And Jean, hello. All right, Sagittarius, let's see. You know, I like my readings too. I try to, over the years, make them so that everybody could get a bit of something, but one of my biggest lessons was learning that you just can't please everybody in a general reading. All right, let me get a good 156, Sagittarius. All right, who's coming towards you this week? Past, present, or new, it does not matter. I will try and be clear. Aries through Pisces, if you have somebody specific on your mind, I will pull a card for you. All right, home sweet home. Something happening this week. This is the undertone that is it's developing the foundation maybe for your long-term growth, right? So a lot of things here grounding in things that happen this week could be, you know, small, you know, the Ace of Pentacles, think we just did the Taurus new moon, but they're all going to grow and grow into something bigger. All right, bigger and long term. So if you started a relationship this week, or you're talking to somebody, or you meet somebody this week, this could be somebody that's meant to be part of your tribe. All right, and I see the Six of Cups. So again, this is a soulmate energy, and it could be, you know, somebody from your recent past that you connected with. Maybe you're going on a second date. It could be for, you know, reconciling with somebody that you've already had a relationship with. You know, some of you are looking forward to that. It feels like they could reach out. And but it also could be reconciling with some family members this week too as well. So that could be who's coming towards you. It doesn't always have to be a lover. It could be friendship or family members that you're meant to kind of reconcile an issue with, or just hanging out and getting together because it's been a while. You know, sometimes it's as simple as that. Your person, I see the Hierophant. This is marriage material, somebody on the same frequency, somebody who shares the same beliefs and traditions as you do when it comes to commitments and relationships. You know, I'm seeing, obviously this is marriage material, and this could be somebody that is potential marriage material for the future. I also could be picking up on spending some quality time here with somebody that you're already with. You know, you're just building upon something, and this week feels like, you know, very earthy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It feels like, you know, I can make something work with this, or there is something more. I see the value in this relationship, and I see that there, you know, I'm starting to see growth in my relationship. You know, so the person that's coming towards you here is somebody that has pretty good standards, you know, pretty traditional, you know, wants the comforts of the tradition, wants the comforts of home life, and, you know, maybe comes from a family of, you know, traditions, and wants to continue on that path, right? And it's somebody here too that may be entering a part or a phase of their life where they're starting to see life differently, and they're ready for something more solid. You know, so the pressure of commitment isn't going to be a big deal. What draws them to you? Your mindset, the way you carry yourself, the way you talk, the boundaries you have. Um, you know, you have a strong sense of self. You speak your truth. You speak your values. You know exactly what you want. You might be very intelligent, very educated, very classy, very good looking. You know, so I will say they are drawn to the aesthetics and the way you represent yourself, the way you carry yourself. You're very magnetic. You guys share a lot of the same conversations and the same outlook on life, worldview at times as well. So if you have the same faith, same worldview, same idea of commitment when it comes to traditional marriage and stuff, I'm seeing that play out in you're here in this reading, that this could be the week where you're connecting to the one. Maybe some of you, there could even be a serious commitment or leveling up or a proposal. What's the block, if any? The Three of Wands. I don't see there's a block here, really. It feels like we just need to talk about where things are going, so we need to have the talk, right? Maybe we haven't had the talk yet, and this week is about you being in, and there's the word intentional again, about where you see this relationship going. So you could be having, maybe you're talking to several people, but it is about, we need to talk about where things are really going and have the future plan talk. Now, if there is a block, there could be travel, or somebody still at a distance from you and they're making plans to move towards you or relocate. That is a possibility here, that's their only block. But if there's a block here, there's a small waiting period. It's not like something major. You know, they're moving forward. They're making plans to get together. You guys are trying to connect, you know, make it happen. Let's see your energy, what you're at, what you're not seeing maybe about yourself. I see the Knight of Wands. You're geared up and ready to go, and you're very, very attractive this week. You know, it does seem like this is where things could really start to pick up for you. If you've been waiting for somebody to choose you this week, if you've been waiting on somebody for too long, this is not going to be the week that you're going to be doing that. It just feels like you're ready to go. You know what you want, and somebody sees you. So if you're in alignment this week and you are moving and going places and doing stuff, you're really drawing in the right people into your life. And there does seem to be maybe a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, even another fire sign. But I feel like you're giving off the fire. You're giving off a very confident vibe. And if you're not giving off a confident vibe, this card is saying to you, maybe some of you don't see how magnetic you really are. Maybe some of you are underestimating yourself and not really seeing that you're so close to getting what you want. I can see it here. You're so close. All right. So keep doing what you're doing. You know, this is, stop managing the outcome and just having fun with what's showing up in your life right now, and being yourself and not playing any part that other people want you to play. Or if you're putting on a hat or doing things that you wouldn't normally do just to, you know, to appease somebody else, this is not going to be the week for that. I mean, I should never, but especially this week, you're going to see momentum pick up because you're giving off this very awesome vibe that's attracting in somebody who's in alignment with you. So what's happening this week? Look at this, the Star card. I just said it all. All right. And the star card is like, you just got to keep, knowing that the best is yet to come. If you're still kind of dancing in this period, you feel something's coming in, but you're not quite sure. It's around the corner. It's coming in. This is here, all represented. It's right. It's right coming in your way. Don't go for somebody shallow. Don't decide to go back to somebody that's not giving you the best feeling, especially when you're so close here to seeing movement this week. Somebody's coming to see you. And I'm seeing alignment here, the desire of making plans for the future. So if you're in the right relationship, it looks as though this week you could actually be having that conversation about, moving together or going, or what the future will look like with this 10 of Pentacles. What should you do? Page of Pentacles. I am getting to take it one step at a time, and just, you want to build the foundation slowly, not rush into things, because your energy could want to rush into with that queen, that Knight of Wands. So it is saying, take it slow, read the cards, read the energy, and the person that really wants to build something with you may show up this week, and it might seem subtle, but it's the early stages. So remember, my Page of Pentacles especially always shows somebody who has more to offer, but they're not showing you everything they got up front. So slow down and see what somebody's got to offer. And don't write off somebody because they seem rigid this week, because that's a rigid energy as well. All right, Aries through Pisces. This part here, think of the sign that's on your mind, but it can also be a new person that might enter your life. Feels like I'm picking up a lot of the newness from the new moon. All right. Some things take time. That kind of the vibe of the Page of Pentacles. All right. If something seems slow moving this week, I would say that's probably the sign that that's going to build the long-term stability. So, yeah, with everything I just said in the reading. Aries, I see friends, fun, and support. So maybe hanging out with an Aries this week. You could be deepening your friendship. It could be a friendship that's turning into something more. Some of you, there could be a new friend coming into the group, and this could be the person that ends up turning into a relationship. Taurus, all right, Taurus, initiate an action this week. I am seeing they're feeling pulled towards you, feeling very attracted to you, want your attention. All right, so there's a lot of fire here between you and a Taurus. Gemini, I do see a strong desire and attachment. I'm seeing control and manipulation. So be mindful of a Gemini that you guys maybe just have a strong attachment to each other, but could be very manipulative energy or very toxic energy. Cancer, emotions running high with a Cancer this week. They may express their feelings to you finally, realizing they need to tell you how they feel. Leo, pay attention to signs and synchronicities. A lot of messages or symbols, signs, and clues coming in this week when it comes to your Leo. Virgo, I see clarity this week. So you may see things differently or see a Virgo differently this week. Libra, I'm seeing don't look back, let it go and release, walk on, and get ready for something new that's coming your way. There could be, possibly in the future, a new Libra. Scorpio, can we talk? A confession coming in with a Scorpio. Sagittarius, I'm seeing for some of you, may not for all of you, there's a secret love or an affair or something that might be exposed this week. Or maybe, this is what's going on with you and another Sag, right? So take it as it is. It's still showing up this week. Capricorn, I'm seeing magic happening with you and a Capricorn. You're manifesting them in. It could be a new Capricorn. Aquarius, I'm seeing new love or a reconciliation with an Aquarius. And Pisces, I'm saying watch out for any illusions or red flags that you're ignoring. They might not be being 100% authentic with you. You're welcome. All right, Capricorn. 209. Sorry, I'm taking so long. 209. All right, Capricorn. I know I do. I'm glad you're picking up on that. I love it. You know, sometimes I don't know until I get up here, until I get in front of you guys. All right, Capricorn. Hello, Michi. Mitzi. I'm always going to do that. All right, Capricorn. Who's coming towards you this week? Whether new, present situation, or past. I'll also do Aries, the Pisces. 4 Pentacles. All right, not too bad. Let's see. King of Swords. All right, so you got somebody here that, you know, walled off a little bit, right? But it's not that bad, all right? You got a king here. You got a king here that is slow and steady, but, you know, one that can be a little bit distant when they're trying to process what they need, what they want. You know, it's a worker. It's somebody, though, here that is invested in this connection. So something is building, or you're building upon it this week, right? You're getting to a point where things feel a little bit more stable. Once I see the 4 of Pentacles, it tells me, you know, you've already kind of established something here. So we're just, it's more like just getting through the days and just trying to figure things out. Sometimes things are not that exciting, all right? And now it's just the pieces are coming together. So we have Aquarius, Libra, Gemini for you. Air energy, and somebody being thoughtful and being solid when it comes to their decisions they're making. It looks like if they are talking this week and they're making decisions, they're talking about the foundation, like what this is built upon, what you guys are, what needs to happen, what you mean to this person. All right, so let's see your person. I see the 8 of Pentacles. I like it. Already vibing. You have somebody that works a lot, somebody that gets distracted really easily, though, okay? So you have a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy as well, too. So somebody who, when their focus is on something, they focus on it so much. And it does look like improvements and adjustments and wanting to focus on this connection with you. But you could be dealing with somebody who can be annoying, because when they're working or doing something or even watching something or playing a game, like that's all they see, that's all they do. All right, and that could stress you out in a sense where you feel like they're pulling away from you. So that explains the 4 of Pentacles. If you feel like somebody goes a little bit quiet or distant, that means to me this person, you know, just gets into one thing and goes off in their own zone. All right, I feel like some people can find that as avoidant, but that can be a conversation we could have for quite some time, because avoidant to one person is not an avoidant to another person. This is somebody that just gets caught up in their own little world, their own thing. What draws them to you? All right, you are somebody that's cracking the code. All right, you seem to have strong boundaries. You seem to speak your voice, that you speak your truth, you call them out, your captain call out. I love that about you. You're not afraid to be challenged. All right, this is a perfect Capricorn energy. All right, if somebody does, you know, get distracted easily, or if somebody does move slow, or if somebody doesn't give you the effort that you need, you're not afraid to call them out and put your foot down. And this person actually is drawn to this by you. All right, you're not willing to wait. You're ready to initiate and ready to move forward. So this is a great energy for you. You don't need certainty to move forward. You don't need to make sure everything is working properly. You don't need to make sure everything is perfect. And that's a Virgo energy right here with your person. So your person too can also be like that. Like everything needs to be perfect before I move forward, right? And you're like, come on, bust through that shit and let's go. All right. So you do challenge this person, and I like it. All right. So let's see any blocks, if there is anything blocking. And I just see the Ace of Wands. It's initiation. All right. So you need your person to initiate more because it's stressing you out. I can see that. All right. And your person gets caught up in their own little world. And it seems like once their focus is off, they don't initiate enough. And that's the block. You need them to show more concern. You need them to show more oomph. This is what I'm going to see you first before I make this comment. All right, the Chariot card. So here's what I'm going to say about this connection. All right, this connection clearly does have a lot of potential, depending if you want to be the boot up somebody's ass every day. All right. Depending if you want somebody who is not that exciting, or somebody that just works all the time, or somebody that is pretty much in their own comfort zone and you have to constantly nudge them to get them to move, right? It works and it will work for you, but you seem to be the Chariot. So you're wanting a partner in crime. And so what this tells me is this could be somebody that turns out, you know, a decent relationship, a good relationship. I'm not going to say it couldn't, but it may slow you down. Way to sell them. Thanks for calling me out, Captain Callout. This may slow you down. This may get boring to you after a while. You may get tired of being the one that initiates all the time, the one that has to keep the fire lit, the one that has to keep the fire going. So you really just have to be honest with yourself. But honestly, to tell you the truth, what I'm picking up intuitively is that if this person, you're gonna move past this anyways. If this doesn't intrigue you or doesn't keep your attention long enough, if somebody else comes around, they're going to snag you. You're going to be quick to change direction. So you may be battling in the current energy somebody that you have to always initiate. Doesn't mean there's not a lot of potential, and doesn't mean this person's not a very good person. It's just personality difference. The Four of Pentacles, you've got somebody here that is kind of closed off to new experiences, and you're somebody that wants to get up and go. Let's get this done. I see Cancer and Earth energy. What's happening this week? I see the Three of Wands. So it looks like there could be a get together. You could be making plans to move forward with this person. You know, it does give me an energy though. Some of you could keep your options open and still want to, you know, see where things go. But I do see movement and progress. You are making progress with this person. It just feels like there could be a personality challenge that you're challenged with this person, always being the one that has to light the fire. All right, so what should you do? I see the Fool card. Do what you want. Do what you got. Keep it going. There's so much potential here. I'm seeing go with the flow. Go with the flow. Maybe not take things too serious this week, and see where it takes you. So you have an Aries energy, Cancer energy, and an Earth energy as well. So let's look at Aries through Pisces. Maybe you are getting asked to go travel, do your own thing. Some of you just got to do your own thing. You can keep this relationship, get to know this person, but don't let it hold you back. Aries through Pisces. Think about the sign that's on your mind. This could be new too. All right, wishes coming true for you at the bottom of the deck. So there's some sign of hope here for some of you. All right. If you've been praying and being like a good Christian, you know, and here it comes. You know, I remember as a kid, just keep praying, keep praying, keep praying, it'll come. All right, so Aries, I see if you've been blocked or there's been silence between you and an Aries, I am seeing here the block could be finally taken down, or whatever's been in the way of you and an Aries. I am seeing here that the silence will be broken this week. All right, Taurus. All right, realization with the Taurus this week. So something coming to light as well. So this could be your own epiphany. This can be, or your own true feelings, or you guys are finally growing in a relationship and you're expressing your feelings. Gemini, watch out for the devil with a Gemini. There's definitely a desire. They desire you. It could be a repeated pattern coming in. And we are seeing, though, that it can be an unhealthy attachment between the two of you. But you guys, desire takes over, and that's what happens. And Cancer, I see getting over some sort of block or obstacle. Again, this could be some movement too as well. Finally, if something's been standing in your way, the door's opening. Leo, a little bit of a break this week with a Leo. If they go a little bit quiet, it looks like they're just kind of giving themselves a little bit of a timeout, withdrawn from social media or society for a minute, maybe just even taking a break or vacationing. Virgo. All right, Virgo's still at a distance from you. They could be dealing with some hardship where they're keeping you at arm's length right now. So I do see a gap, some space and time between you guys. Libra, dream big, all right? And so if some of you are like, I doubt it, you got with the Libra, I'm seeing wishes coming true. So trust in your dreams. All right, always dream big. Don't be afraid to dream big, and this could be a star moment where you and a Libra coming together. Scorpio, also justice, getting some truth here. So Scorpio being real with you this week, finally making a decision, or there's a decision being made if there's an external issue going on. Sagittarius, this could be your long-term relationship beginning. They could be taking that first step this week. You could be. Capricorn, it's about to pay off for you. All right. So you're so close here. Really, this feels like a good week for you just to find some joy and relaxation and letting things figure itself out, trying not to get ahead of the game. Something's wrapping up for you. Something's coming, it's closing up, and you've been working so hard to get to this point, and here you are. Aquarius, spiritual awakening with an Aquarius. Maybe they're acknowledging finally the connection, or they're going through their own ego death, and they're starting to see things differently, right? So you could have a spiritual connection with an Aquarius. And Pisces, luck is on your side. There's some good news coming in with a Pisces. So if you've been waiting on that date, waiting on that moment, it looks like you guys, it's coming in for you. If you haven't had a vacation in 20 years and I just said you're going on a vacation, that might be God saying it's time for a vacation. All right, my Aquarians. Oh, I just saw 22222. So my Aquarians can have the twos. I'm starting you at 223 though, so I can get a good shuffle in. But I did just get 2222. All right. All right, Aquarius. Who's coming towards you past, present person, or a new person. It can be any. I'll do Aries through Pisces as well for somebody that's on your mind. And plus, it could be new as well. All right, you have the Two of Wands, the tone this week. Keep it moving on. You got something started already. All right. You know, Ace of Cups. Look at this. All right. Seems like something's already begun or something's beginning behind the scenes. You just got to keep showing up and moving forward. All right. You could have options this week with the Two of Wands, making that date, planning that date, somebody asking you out on a date. You know, and there could be a couple different people. Some of you could be questioning whether or not you're ready to move on from a connection or a thought, you know, somebody that's still in your energy. But I'm seeing the possibility is coming in, you know, for you to make that decision. If something just got started with you and in another person, and you're starting to worry, you could be worrying about something because it's not moving fast enough. It's anxious energy. You may be feeling like, you know, you need something to move quicker because you just came from something that really kind of broke you down, and you're needing signs to feel certain about a situation, and it's too soon. If this is a new relationship, it's too soon. This is where we come across as too anxious or nervous, or, you know, give off a weird vibe because we're trying to rush something too quickly. All right. So I am seeing the initial stages here happening. So let's see the person coming towards you. I see a Six of Cups. Okay, so I can touch on every type of relationship here. I feel there's something developing between you and another person that feels very comfortable. You know, this person here, you know, is looking at you like everything's kosher, everything's great. All right. And, you know, so that, I guess that could be a stereotype, right? But I didn't mean that. And it feels like you have somebody extremely interested in you. Could be a friendship that's developing, something that's developing into something more. Somebody's got more feelings for you than, you know, they realize, or they just are starting to notice that they love being around you, or they miss being around you. They like the energy that you give off. So there is mutual attraction between you and somebody else. All right. So if you just went on a date with somebody, or you just met somebody, right now it's clear. Everything's clear. Don't get in your head. It does feel as though maybe this week they're going to reach out again, but maybe they do want to, you know, they don't want to seem too eager as well. Now, this can also be somebody from your past too, you know, that's coming back in, that maybe you had a date with, or maybe you're thinking about, you should move on. Maybe I should move on. This is going to be that week too, where maybe you get the clarity you're looking for. You know, they may reach out to you, you know, and you guys may decide whether or not you're ready to reconcile and move forward. Of course, it doesn't always guarantee that you guys are going to be able to reconcile, but that you may get that this week with this energy, because somebody does or did have feelings for you. So what's drawn this person to you? It does feel like a very newish energy. I'm very attracted to you. I want this. You're very cute. You're very flirty. There's something about you that this person feels very interested in. There's a lot of chemistry there between you and this person. It could be an Aries, Leo, Sag, strong Aries right there. It feels like you're very playful. You're very spontaneous. You're very excited to be around. You have a good energy. You seem to look at the positive things. You can be bubbly, I'm getting, and very adventurous. So maybe some of you do like to go do things, or you're very creative. And this person has good memories of you, or really has a good time when they're around you. So far, so good. All right. We are seeing phone calls and date, or somebody reaching out to you this week. All right. That's very promising here. What's the block, if there is any block? All right. The Three of Cups. It could be just getting together, taking that next step, or going from friendship to something more. There could be somebody around you that is competing for your attention, or competing for their attention. If there is a third party, that block is leaving the building, because this person here is wanting to connect with you. So if there was another date, or there was something else going on, or another relationship, you know, it's coming to an end, right? And that could be where the Two of Wands is, why you're waiting for somebody to show up at your door. It's like I'm respectfully closing a chapter. But with the rest of this energy, it tells me, you know, waiting for the perfect time to tell you, or the perfect place or the timing to get together. It could be somebody talking to another friend of yours that wants to reach out and let you know that they're interested in you. Hopefully there's no friend that's getting in the middle of this, that's not telling you how somebody feels about you, because I would question that friend if they're not a very good friend. Let's see your energy, the Four of Cups. All right. So it does feel like there's somebody around you that could be in your friend group, somebody around you, but your mind may be on somebody else that you might not be aware that this person is trying to enter into your life. But you also are giving off an energy here too, that you're kind of not happy with a situation that you're in, or you're feeling kind of let down, or you're not interested. So are you not interested in somebody that's interested in you? I am seeing that here. All right. It does feel like you're wanting something more, and maybe what you're getting around you, or what you're seeing around you, isn't really what you want, and you're just wanting something more. So I feel like some of you might be missing somebody around you that really has potential to grow into something more. Somebody does want to tell you how they feel. I'm seeing you are kind of over it, or not into somebody as much as they're into you. What's happening this week? I'm seeing the stars are in alignment for you. So this week, it looks like something coming together, whether it is somebody reaching out, or somebody trying to tell you how they feel. Whether or not you're receptive to it or want it is up to you. The star card is telling me that something also that you've been wishing for and wanting is on the horizon as well. Aquarius energy, making long-term plans, making some goals. All right, let's look at Aries through Pisces. Maybe they're not your type, Aquarius. Somebody's got some loving on you. Somebody's crushing on you. But maybe you're crushing on somebody else. Let's see. I am seeing change is calling you. All right. And I do have the Hanged Man here. So I am seeing a change of perspective for you. Maybe you're being asked to look at a friendship or a person around you differently. Because somebody shows great, great, great potential here for you this week. So there could be some change happening this week. It could be somebody that you work around, or they want to work or make some change to the situation. Let's see, Aries. Aries is taking some time to themselves, maybe healing. So there could be a little bit of space between you and an Aries this week. It's only temporary. Taurus, I see wishes coming true with the Taurus, right? Finally, your faith is paying off. Always continue to surrender and never wait hopelessly. But it is just surrendering and just knowing that there's something more to come here. Gemini, there's a moment of truth this week. All right, you'll know how they really feel, or realize things could get intense before the clarity comes in. Cancer, I'm seeing still kind of grieving over a loss. So whether that's you or somebody else, they're not quite in a place where they're wanting to connect. Leo, So they could be traveling to you. You could be going somewhere with a Leo. If there's distance between the two of you, give it time. It looks like they will travel to you. Virgo. All right. So Virgo wanting your attention, feeling very drawn to you. Really, I'm seeing just lean back. They're coming to you. Libra, I'm seeing taking action as well towards you. It seems like they want to initiate. Scorpios mesmerized by you. Their eyes are on you. They want this. They want you. Sagittarius, watch out for mind games. It seems like they're not being 100% honest with you. Capricorn, you could be relocating or saying bye to somebody and moving on, or somebody's finally moving and relocating towards you and saying, let's go, let's do this, right? So you are moving into a new phase that's for sure. I am seeing moving onward and forward. Aquarius, you may get it. I said that like you were Capricorn. That's an Capricorn. Aquarius, I'm seeing somebody not liking the way something turned out with you, and they're still kind of crying over it. So you may get a letter from somebody, or you may get an apology from another Aquarius. And Pisces can't let go of you either. I am seeing they're still holding on to the hope that you guys can make something happen. All right. Live long and prosper. All right, we got Pisces. And we got Pisces, and I've got a couple questions I will answer at the end, and then I'm out. All right, I see a couple of you. All right, let's see, Pisces. All right, here we go. All right, Pisces. Who's coming towards you, past, present, or a new person? Plus, I'll do Aries through Pisces for somebody that's on your mind. All right, so look at this. End to a tough time this week, and I am seeing something coming through for you. All right, so it feels like a mixed bag here. This is the undertone of your week when it comes to somebody reaching a breaking point finally. And it's like all of a sudden, I need things to be easier. I need things to lighten up. I need to change something. So somebody knowing that they have to change because they can't carry this stress, and you get to this point, it's like damn, it's like there's just no way. All right, so it looks like a breakthrough energy here, with things could potentially feel like they might get worse before they get better, or you've been already dealing with the heaviness, and now we're seeing here that somebody's about to make that change. I just heard Michael Jackson. I'm going to make that change. Look at that, Ace of Wands. Woo-hoo! Can't do it, never could. All right, Ace of Wands. Your person here is showing up this week. It's like you got two aces and you have the Eight of Wands. Like we're on a mission, all right, type of energy. All right, somebody's not dealing well with the pressure. And so if you've been, it was good. No, it wasn't. All right, what's drawing them to you? Ooh, you are the one that just makes them feel a little bit more at ease. And, they're going through a lot, or they're under a lot of pressure. And if it's like when they're around you or being around you makes things easier. That's all I got for you. It's like when they see you or when they think about you, it seems like things get a lot more calmer. They like to be around you. They feel like they're in more balance. Their life could be complete with you. And it's just maybe they're finally realizing that they need you. They can't be away from you. They can't live without you. I don't know what the problem is, but it is more difficult and doing it by themselves. All right. So now their eye is on you, and what draws them to you is that you just seems like you keep on going. You got it going on. You seem to, even if you don't, you make it look good. And you really add some sort of great energy to this person, or they can see you add into their life. What's their block, if any? What's their block? The Four of Pentacles. All right, this person here seems to have a negative mindset at times. They focus a lot on money, and they focus a lot on material things. They worry about problems and worry about material things more than they do everything else. And whereas you're a little bit more chill, and it seems like you care more about the spiritual aspects of the relationship. You like things to feel a little bit more like, they can come and go. We can take it as it comes. We don't have to worry about every little thing, right? And it feels like the block your person has is a very negative mindset. It's like they get stuck on controlling everything, or everything has to be a certain way, and your way to do things is what also heals them, right? So you guys are complete opposite is what I'm seeing. But your person here cares more about financial stability and money, and things like that. Whereas you're like, hey, we don't need to make things so hard. We can just kind of go with the flow as long as there's love, right? Isn't that kind of a Pisces thing? As long as there's love and unicorns and rainbows, we can worry about everything else afterwards. Because you guys seem like you could build something together. And maybe your person's starting to realize that. All right. Let's see you. How do you see yourself, but you don't realize? I see the Death card. To me, it feels like Pisces, this feels very much a life thing, like you've been through the past so many years, you've changed. You can get on past things. You've lost enough in your life. What's important to you and what's not important to you. You just have been through many transformations, it feels like. That you know what I mean, you have a different attitude maybe than other people, or your person does. And so your person needs to figure it out themselves. They need to learn to open up and let go of control. Whereas you may have gone through an ego death or a lot of spiritual growth, and you realize that life's just too short for that shit, right? And I am seeing here that your person's starting to crack, though. Maybe you were more spiritually evolved than this person at the time, but you're somebody that came into their life that is, or you are coming into their life that is finally giving them the relief that they need, that they didn't know they needed, right? You are definitely evolved past a situation, right? And now your person that's what's drawing them to you. But that's going to make it sometimes hard on you to understand your person, especially if they kind of withdraw, or they get stuck in their ways, or they get, a little bit, in that mindset again. All right. This is where it's going to take you just being a little bit more patient with this person and being like, they'll get it. You're definitely showing them the way. What's happening this week? I'm seeing the Page of Swords. So we're seeing open communication, conversation. It's an opportunity for contact with this person, and deciding to talk about things and speak the truth about things, and just kind of take things as they come. Keep it kind of lighthearted. It seems like you guys can figure it out. You guys can question each other and figure out how to make it work this week. But I do see, wanting to talk a little bit more. And, this could even be a new person that really wants to get to know you. But remember, you are showing up as being somebody a little bit more open-minded and your person a little bit more closed-minded. All right. So it's just about learning each other and trying to understand each other. So what's your advice? The Nine of Swords. Try not to let this one get to your head. It's like there's not much you can't fix another person. You can't change another person. They've got to evolve themselves, guys. You know that, right? And so really it could stress you out, but why? All right. Don't change, don't come out of alignment, to try and help or figure somebody else out. By you staying in alignment, your person is figuring themselves out. All right. So let's see Aries through Pisces. This could be totally different, Pisces. This is just, think of a sign that's on your mind. This could also be a card that represents a new sign coming your way. But think about the person that's on your mind. Let's see what the card says for each zodiac. So I am seeing the Tower card here. So your person definitely is maybe going through an awakening themselves. All right. You're seeing change happening with your person, change that you've already gone through. And maybe now finally reality's hitting somebody. Aries, I see reaching out, connecting with you. You may be building a friendship with an Aries. You could have an Aries friend that wants to build something with you. They're just now coming out of a situation, but they want to start slow. It could be something like that. But either way, it feels friends right now with an Aries. Taurus taking care of themselves right now, kind of being distant. It's temporary, so give it time. They might be a little bit quiet this week. Gemini, you could be getting together with a Gemini. It looks like we're hanging out. We're finally making plans, going on that date, or just happy, seeing some good times again. Cancer, wishes coming true with a Cancer. Something you've been wanting, you've been waiting for. Yay. Leo, emotions could run high this week with the Leo, but there may be finally, through some intensity, we may finally get to the truth of the matter. We may finally be able to release something that we've been worried about, or we may know the truth about where we stand in a relationship with a Leo. Virgo, I'm seeing not happy with the way things turned out and really feeling sad about it. You may get an apology this week from a Virgo. Libra is feeling a lot of grief and pain right now. Whether they did something or they just don't like the way something turned out. It's very heartbreaking for them. They could just be processing and needing some space. Scorpio, I'm seeing can't let go of you, all right? So Scorpio still has a very strong connection with you. This is going to pull you guys together again. Sag needs a little bit more space. They just feel overwhelmed with whatever's going on in their life or in the situation. Capricorn, there's that spiritual awakening. So there's a big moment this week where somebody's actually going through something beautiful, actually. And you may have a very strong spiritual connection with the Capricorn. Aquarius, I'm seeing taking a chance this week. They feel something. They may show up unexpectedly. And Pisces, masculine energy. I'm seeing somebody here stepping into their masculine energy and initiating. So could even be a divine masculine for some of you, but there's some growth here happening here, Pisces, this week, and somebody taking initiative. All right, that is what I have. Give me 2 seconds. I have a couple questions for the super chats. I know I had Carissa and somebody else, and then Randy, and then anybody else who wants to jump in. But I'm gonna jump off as soon as I can. So get your questions in if you want a read-in. All right, B. All right, so let's see. I think Carissa was first. Have a nice day, guys. I have Carissa, B, and I have Randy. And then if nobody else shows up, I'm just going to sign off. Right? All right. Let's see. Let me put this. Hello, Issa. All right. Feelings, thoughts, intentions. Let's see. Anything change? Let's see the energy. Oh, wait a minute. Before I start, let me put the timestamps on the video. Give me 2 seconds. All right. All right, so let's get the energy around him, his feelings, thoughts, intentions, how he views you. All the things. All right. All right. Three of Swords, Knight of Wands, and the Sun card. All right, so this is more positive than you think. But I am seeing here the Knight of Wands. You have a flirty energy. But I'm still seeing the Three of Swords here, which can say there's still sort of separation here with you guys. So his energy, I have the Five of Wands and the Moon card. He's very intense. He's very moody right now, and it seems like he's got a lot going on internally. You know, is there a lot changing around him? Is there a lot happening around that you don't see behind the scenes? There might be some conflict that they're dealing with that you're not aware of. So that's their energy. I'm just looking at their energy right now. Not towards you, not towards anything. All right. So even the Moon card is showing that it's really hard to read into them right now, because it just seems like they're just going and just kind of going through the motion as well too, just trying to fight through a lot of changes. What's his feelings towards you? What draws him to you? And how does he view you? I see the Ten of Cups, how he feels. The Hierophant, what draws him to you. And how does he view you? The Queen of Wands. Yeah, it seems like if you look at the differences do you see the differences in the energy? Can you see this? It's like him. This is what he's dealing with. And the Moon card is what you can't see internally. And I see the Five of Wands. He's just got like all this tension going on, and it could be with other people. And the Moon card to me is like your environment constantly challenging you, you know, like everybody in your environment, people, work, coworkers, work itself, you know, people at home, their emotions, you know, he is a Pisces, right? And, you know, he could just be very stressed. But when I say, how does he feel about you and what draws him to you and how does he view you, you see that this energy here of a relationship, like your relationship quality. You're definitely somebody, you know, who he would even consider, you know, like there's nothing about you that is your fault here. It's him, what's going on with him. Because what draws him to you is the way about you, the way you carry yourself, your skills, your talent, your position. So that could be mother, you're saying family, mother weighing on him. But this has nothing to do with your energy. It just feels like it's not their center of attention right now. Whereas, and I also see their family here too, you know, it could be pressure as well. A lot going on in their family, a lot going on with but the way he views you is the Queen of Wands. You know, it's like there's attractiveness, there's you know, you're definitely hot. I always say that with her, you know, and we share a lot of the same values and work ethics and beliefs and things like that. And I do see the potential, but it's him, he has to initiate, you know, maybe relationship just isn't on his mind right now. And if he thinks that, you know, because that's what it feels like. It just feels like relationship's not on his mind right now. Um, and that could change any moment. But that can also, what's the block? The Two of Wands right there. You're still in this block of the Two of Wands. You know, they just keep constantly one foot in, one foot out about whatever it is that's constantly challenging them. You just got somebody sitting on the fence. If we can get the two of you to go out or get together, you know, you're thinking about relationship, they are fighting where they're even going next, what they're doing next. An important choice, especially when it comes to, it could be work related with the Wands. So what should you do? The King of Cups, you just got to play it chill. You know, this is not worrying about the outcome. This is not not underestimating yourself because the situation's not moving. You're just competing against a lot of other things going on in his life. And relationship is not top priority for him right now. So you can't take it personal with that King of Cups. Don't read into anything too much, you know, with this energy. And that's what I have for you. So let me see if I can get one more about the 5 and the Moon card. 10 of Wands. I mean, I don't want to make the guy have a lot going on. I don't want, but it looks like he's burnt out. You know, maybe he's getting tired of the uncertainty, the pressure's getting on him. You know, he tries to do more than he can handle. Maybe he doesn't even want his job anymore. You know, he's trying to stand out and it's weighing on him. He's got a lot of competition or a lot of pressure on him. Right? So that's what he's coming through as. Poor guy. I mean, I want to just like knock the wands out of his hand and say, no, don't fight it. But Maybe he's not lying. Maybe he wants to demote himself. All right. All right. Yes, I'm going to close the questions. I got 3 more. And I just, like I said, I'm not promoting these as much anymore. All right. Let's see. B. All right. Okay. Will there be reconciliation between you and your person? Will there be reconciliation between... I need a break. I need a break from them. I've been doing them for so long, and they I do them in membership now. I mean, I do them there too, and I just feel like it's easier to keep them all. I said that a year ago. I was gonna do this last year. I said I wanted to move it more to membership. It just wears you out after a while. Not that I don't enjoy it. This is still one of my most favorite things to do, is to actually read for people, because it feels like you're doing something more specific than just general. But reconciliation between you guys. All right. I got the Magician card at the bottom. So his energy, Ace of Cups. What's his energy towards you? The Strength card. What is his intentions? Does he intend to reconcile? Ace of Swords. You got 2 aces showing up. What should you do? I see the Tower card. All right. So you're showing up as the Tower card. So that can tell me that right now you're just having a hard time dealing with the darkness, or dealing with the separation, dealing with things falling apart. And when you get the Tower card, if you try to reconcile too soon, it just pushes it. It creates more resistance. All right. So what pulls him towards you, what keeps him connected to you, is the Strength card. So he does still, there's a bond there that you guys still have that's growing between the two of you. He will reach out. It does look like you guys may reconcile. All right. You have the aces showing up for you. And it does show healing, but enough time needs to go by, for you guys to heal. And time is fluid. So it doesn't, nobody can tell you when. But he does have love for you, and he does think about you. But right now he's holding back. He might feel like this is the best thing to do right now. So he hasn't completely moved on, but yet you guys definitely need to let what fall and let the separation happen, for the healing to take place. Because it looks like, for you, it's just you're having a harder time dealing with the change. And that is the part that needs to change in order to rebuild it. All right. So that's what I have for you. I don't see that they've moved on with anybody. There's still a chance for you guys to reconcile, and they do and plan on reaching out to you. All right. But they are definitely holding back because they feel as though it's the best thing to do right now. All right, Randy, and then Miss Kaiser, or Mr. Kaiser, sorry. All right, has my ex Aries tried to do any healing work, or is just ignore it? Has my ex Aries What's doing here? Hello. All right, let's see. So okay, I see somebody else came through too. All right, I have Jen too. All right, so Two of Swords. Why do I have Pisces there? I need you there. Two of Swords, overall energy, right? And the Wheel of Fortune. She may be confronting some of her own lessons. You know, she definitely sees her consequences for her actions or some of the choices that she made. So the Wheel of Fortune's showing up, which tells me karma, and it tells me, you know, she might be going through her own spiritual awakening, especially with the Page of Wands. You know, this is somebody that feels it and knows it, maybe can't quite always identify or explain it. She might be very in a place, she's kind of in like a void energy with the Two of Swords. It's like, you don't know who you are anymore. Something's changing with the Wheel of Fortune, and you can't quite identify with the versions of yourself that other people want you to portray. That's the most difficult thing when you're going through any kind of change. Tilly, you can throw one in there. I just put it up because there's only a couple people. So, and I'm always quick to leave, go home. So Randy, what I'm seeing here is that what I was saying is when we're going through a change during a spiritual awakening, other people don't go through it. And so they still want to see us, or they want to assume their own assumptions whenever you're going through change, right? And it can be hard to be around people who've known you for a couple years, or people who've known you at all, because as you're trying to awaken to this new version of yourself, people who are in your life, they just resist it. They won't let you be. People want to keep their story of you alive. They want to say, this is how I identify with you. This is how I know you. So I don't want you to change. I can't let you change. And so what happens is the person who's going through some healing work has to isolate and get away from everybody. And that's why people pull away from people. It's like, I just can't shake the image or the dynamic or the judgment or the story that you want me to be a part of in your game. So that's what I get from that. I get all that from this, right? It's like definitely reaching some point in her life where a lot's coming around, a lot of her choices that she's made, and a lot of choices that she's trying to change in her life and that she might not identify with right now. And she may not even know who she is just yet. But sometimes the only way to, like I said, figure that out is to make a choice that if I can't make a choice, I have to make a choice to step back and not make a choice yet. You know, so to answer your question around the healing, it feels like she's going through a very strong healing, and she has the High Priestess. So it does feel like she's taken time to get to know herself, figure herself out. She might even be connecting with God. She might even be finding a new belief system, or she just might be, going back home to herself, to her roots, to just kind of figure out, how can I connect to Holy Spirit, my higher self, So you asked it, I'm getting it. It feels like she really is on a path of higher knowledge and healing and forgiveness. and compassion for herself. What was the, let me see, your second part? I can't read it. She's not ignoring it. Okay, so she's not ignoring it. I needed to blow my screen up, go crazy so I can read. And it's going to change everything for her. Okay, are you still on her mind? All right, that's what I was looking at. All right, so this is going to change everything for her with that Wheel of Fortune, because it is showing that she's being course corrected, coming back to her faith. Are you still on her mind? I see the Fool card. Yes, you come in and into her mind often. And I see the Knight of Cups. You have a place in her heart. This can also indicate she's thought about reaching out or returning or saying hi, but she still has feelings for you in her heart. That doesn't always guarantee a return or an outcome. You know, there's also the Devil card. She's learning a lot from the situation that, you know, maybe there was a lot of karma between the two of you. So yes, you are still on her mind, the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's how I'm going to read that. All right. A lot of major arcana for her. All right, sending you love, and I have Mr. Kaiser and then Jen. Oh, Tilly. It was Tilly. That's it. Sorry, I get your name. I'm getting used to it now. Sorry about that. All right. Erica, Pisces, true current thoughts, feelings, and what are your intentions towards you, Scorpio? Yes, I'm glad. That was a good reading for her, Randy. All right, I see the Tower for you as well. Hold on, guys. I'm fixing my camera. All right. My camera died on me, and I had to fix it. So hopefully I'm still here with you guys. All right. Yeah, I got Tilly's. I didn't see her question though. Let's see. Did she put her question though? I didn't see. All right. Okay. All right, let me start again. I did see the Tower card, but I'm going to start again to clear the cards. So there's something changing, bottom line here. So what's changing?
All right, you got the moon card too. True current thoughts and feelings. I see the sun card. And I see the 7 of Wands. All right. So just feeling a little pull towards you, feeling a pull towards maybe you guys are dealing with some sort of challenge. I don't know what kind of connection you're in, but I can feel, you know, ultimately she feels a pull towards you. You know, maybe finally letting down her guards and opening up or connect it, open up. I can't find the word. Releasing a block. If you guys have been blocked, I don't know. So how does she view you? Ace of Pentacles. Maybe she's starting to see the value in this connection. You have a lot going on around you with this connection here. Things are looking more positive, maybe behind the scenes. Her intention, you know, even with the Ace of Pentacles, is to reconcile or start something up with you, reconnect, maybe finally give it a go or give it another chance. Unless you guys, she's friend zoned you. That's the only other thing is, you know, it feels like she may put in more effort. She may come through. But then I'm getting to that she may be realizing that there's more to this connection than she thought originally. Because if you guys were separated, it does feel like it's harder for her to stay away. So I see a reconciliation towards you and maybe even giving it an honest effort with the Ace of Pentacles. But she's definitely cautious. Well, let's see you. The Six of Wands. All right. You got it to give. You look good. She's attracted to you. I don't know. You may have bragging rights here. You may be getting what you want. It looks like, you know, maybe she did push you away. Maybe she did have her defenses up. But maybe she's realizing that there's nobody better right now. I kind of feel that. It's kind of like maybe she had to push away or she's, you know, challenged the situation. But maybe she's starting to see you're the one that got away or you're the one, there's nobody better. Once she's gone, Mr. Kaiser, there's no going back. So I am getting that kind of energy, like I could be in love with you. So take it for what it is. Maybe something in that, but I do feel like, you know, you're getting that win. Any blocks from her? What's going on behind the scenes? Any blocks? The Magician and the Temperance card. She loses interest quickly, and you know, the block is not seeing things long term. So if she doesn't get what she wants fast enough, or if things don't happen fast enough, she grows impatient. But she also doesn't have the patience to, it seems like she jumps from relationship or jumps from a situation when things get too comfortable or get too chill. It's like, but relationships grow long term, you know, and it seems like she's impatient when it comes to that. You know, where it's like, once the magic dies, or once I get something, or I get what I want, the desire's gone, you know, and things become the same, I need to figure something else out. Or she can't see things play out long term. And when you have people like this, and I've done it, I do it, you know, it's like we don't see the growth that can come from if you stay persistent. So I am seeing that from her. That's the challenge that you might be having. And it can be tricky. It can be tricky because it's going to require patience with this one. And also, it can be hard for you, especially because you might not always know if when she's going to disappoint you or when it could happen again. So that's what I got there. I'm sending you love. All right. So let's see, Jen. Okay, I see it. What were his feelings towards you when he saw you this weekend? Let's see. Romy, if you want to put one in, you can. I'm closing up after this, though. All right. What were his feelings after he saw you this weekend? You're welcome. You're welcome, B. Please call me B. That's how you remind me. Please call me. Did I miss something? All right. What was his feelings after he saw you this weekend? All right, Spirit. Oh, you look good. Attractive. They like seeing you. They were impressed by you or the way you looked. You know, might have been more, I don't know if you guys were silent or things weren't said between the two of you, but clearly something was going on between the two of you, just maybe not said. You know, they liked what they saw. You know, and I see the Seven of Swords and I see the Sun card. All right, so to me, it looks like they were happy to see you, but they weren't letting down their guard. They definitely were happy to see you. What was their problem? The Ace of Pentacles. They're not ready to commit. They're not ready to make a solid offer, I get, is the only challenge right now, but it doesn't mean it's not possible with this connection. So they may not have been telling you everything they felt and how happy they were to see you, and that there is a chance for you guys. Maybe you planted some seed, To me, it just feels like if they kept a little bit silent, so they weren't being honest with you, they might not be just ready yet to start yet or commit yet. Let's see you. The World card. All right, this could have been a good time for you to finally, get some closure. Maybe things are coming together. This card is just telling me today to let it be, let it simmer, let it do its thing, because something good obviously may have came from you guys seeing each other. I think the only thing is they weren't 100% honest with everything they said, because they didn't want to plant any seeds or hope just yet if they're unclear about what direction you guys are going in yet. So what I'm feeling intuitively to say to you, based off these cards, is let it marinate. Let it be. If they saw you, it felt good. Don't take any action just yet. You do have the Empress card. They definitely think you're beautiful. They still have feelings for you. But they know what you want. And they're not there yet. All right. So I'm sending you love, and it looks like something is coming together for you. This could potentially come together for you. All these cards signify a positive new start. All right, sending you love. All right, Miss Rumi, and then we are done. All right. Love energy between us feels really good. The shift since our last tower moment. You're welcome, Tilly. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I see Issa too. I didn't see you block anybody. All right, so show me the energy between you guys. All right, well, it's still growing, still moving and a grooving. Just keep watering and doing what you're doing. That was pretty cool. It could have been a song. I see the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, I know. You got the persistency pays off, and but I mean, that you got to stay yourself while everything is happening. You don't ever compromise or sacrifice, or you just keep tending to the garden. My garden's getting huge too, guys. I'm going to take some pictures. I have some tomatoes. All right. So tending to the garden, things are still moving, but you do have a friend, kind of invested energy. And it's still kind of work friend vibe, His energy, the 10 of Cups. What pulls them towards you? The Knight of Cups. And what's blocking? The Knight of Swords, making a decision. And let's see you. The 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Hello, Lisa. So the love energy around him is he's feeling comfortable or feeling the vibe with you, or he considers you part of the tribe, right? What pulls him towards you is this feeling that maybe you're just giving off to him naturally, which is why I said stay yourself while they figure it out. Don't change your character for anything. Be yourself and make them fall in love with who you are, not by expressing your love to them. It's about what you do, who you are. So something's growing here, but the only block is the Knight of Swords. This person's his focus is elsewhere, or he's just not ready to make a decision. He's not in a mindset to make a decision. Now you got your mind on the end game, and that is the best card you can do, is just, you know, you play along, you do your thing, you keep tending to the garden, and it looks like it's growing, and you possibly could be manifesting in your end game. You both are showing up as 10s. His feelings are growing, and maybe you're becoming more grounded and more stable in yourself, and you're just stable in your knowing about the connection. But there's been some positive change here in the relationship. Any actions from him? It's a Page of Cups. I don't know if you guys are talking. You guys are still communicating. There could be a moment coming in where you guys can exchange a valuable moment, where it doesn't have to be, you know, let's talk about the future, let's talk about our, it could just be a moment that feels perfect for both of you. You know, you could get a message from him. He may say something that lands or hits you differently. What should you do? I got the 6 of Wands, right? Everything I just said. Keep being you, standing out in the crowd. Don't do what everybody else does, right? Just be you, and, you know, just keep showing up every day when you can. You know, show up for yourself, show up for the situation, show up in dressed to the nines, you know, if that's your jam. And always being one to save the day in a way, right? Because you do stand out in a crowd. So you have very good energy, and it looks like you're taking home some wins here. You know, not so many, you know, like you're getting gains here, not losses. All right, but the overall energy is the 7 of Pentacles, which tells you, you know, it's just a cruising at a slower speed than you want, but that's also an illusion. All right, I love you guys. I'm going to sign out. It's been 3.5 hours now, so I had a great day so far. I don't want to stay on for like 4.5 like last week. You guys are awesome. I will see you guys tomorrow in membership. I'll probably be doing water signs if I can get my marbles out of my mouth. Water signs tomorrow and membership. And so you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here, and take care.